on the Rogues streaming network. Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of your Rogues, Ryan Welch.
From Medford, Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air as your Rogues will be taking on the Healdsburg Prune Packers for the final game of this two-game series at Harry and David Field. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch, the Rogues Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Your Medford Rogues are 17-8 overall in this 2025 season, 3-2 in Pacific Empire League action, as the Rogues are tied with the Lincoln Potters of a record of 3-2 in this 2025 summer season. The Rogues dropped game one yesterday 12-7 to the Prune Packers of Healdsburg, as it was a very sluggish first four innings for the Rogues, but after the fourth inning, the Rogues able to find their offense a presto of a 5-run seventh inning, as the Rogues did fall to the Prune Packers 12-7 yesterday in game one of this two-game series, as tonight is the final game of this series between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. As the Rogues offense able to find ways to get past the great pitching of the Healdsburg Prune Packers after that fourth inning, as right now the Rogues would like to have a switch of what happened last night. A great start from the second half to start well in the first half and be able to find ways to dominate the strike zone, as the strike zone was a struggle last night for your Medford Rogues. The Rogues struggled to find the zone, but when they did find the zone, they were able to find ways to strike out the Prune Packers batters, and the Rogues looking for a little bit more of the same tonight against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. As for the Prune Packers of Healdsburg, they are 12-1 overall in this 2025 campaign and 6-1 in the Pacific Empire League as they sit atop the PEL of only one loss and 6 wins. Healdsburg looked really strong last night, as the first at-bat of the evening was Jonathan Kim able to have a huge home run over that right field wall. The young man from the University of Michigan got the scoring going, and it felt like a little bit of that snowball effect in the top half of inning number one. There were 4 runs that were scored in that frame, as Healdsburg's offense was able to find ways to strike with the irons hot, as did the Rogues last night in the late goings. The Rogues had opportunities in the bottom half of inning number 9, but it's Healdsburg squad playing some really good baseball in this 2025 campaign. I'd like to welcome you to the Rogues pregame show. I was able to have our Rogues player spotlight. Get to hear from Elias Oster. Elias Oster, a couple weeks ago, had that injury on the hill. Get to hear a little update about him and also where he's going to be going in the Pacific Northwest, and also hear his experience in Southern California. Plus, we have our one-on-one conversation with assistant coach Ryan Otto today, as those two conversations are coming up right after the break. As it is a beautiful Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley, as it is blue skies overhead and patches of cotton candy clouds overhead on this 2025 season and for the final game of this two-game series. As it is Healdsburg, it's Medford, and it's all coming up right after the break. More from Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Welcome back to the Rogues pregame show. We are getting rowdy as this is our Rogues player spotlight to get to hear from Elias Oster. Elias, how are you?
Doing pretty good, Brian. How about you?
I'm doing well, my friend. The last time I saw you on the hill pitching, you injured yourself. Can you want to give us an update to see how you're doing right now?
Yeah, so I, let's see here, to update the people, I had a start last Tuesday. Went first inning solid, and then the second inning had 2 outs and felt a pitch and felt a pop in my elbow, and so it's hurting pretty bad, so I had to get it checked out, and it turns out I tore my UCL. So I'm gonna have to get Tommy John here pretty soon. But we're getting through it. We're looking at the positives. It's just an opportunity for me to come back even stronger, throwing even harder. So I'm, while it's definitely an obstacle in the road, I'm excited to see where it leads, because I think that gives me a lot of potential.
I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your arm, my friend, but also I know for a lot of the listeners back home, they like hearing about the unofficial groundskeeper of Harry and David Field. I know that you miss pitching, but do you miss doing the lines?
I had a love-hate relationship with these lines. I've always, since my freshman year at Occidental, I was kind of helping out with, we didn't draw the lines as far down the field, but I was the guy who would do the lines every day on each side. And so I just took my talents to the Rogues, I guess. But this one's tricky, because the paint always be getting clogged. It always gets clogged, and so I always have to like it stops like halfway when I'm filling, or when I'm doing the lines, and so I always have to bring it out and shake it. And it was just a lot of trouble. So I did like doing it, but it's nice not having to deal with those incidents anymore, because they made me pretty mad.
The Picasso of Harry and David Field right now, but you went to Occidental College, but before that, you grew up in the state of Washington. What was that experience like growing up in the Pacific Northwest?
Man, it was beautiful. Big fan of Washington. I always told my parents I could eventually see myself moving back after college, and I still see that as a very realistic opportunity. So, as much as it does rain and as much as it is cold, it is, truly one of the most beautiful states, I believe. And I think the 3-4 months that it is gorgeous in the summertime, like the May through August, early September, it's unmatched. Like I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. So I think that's definitely what makes it worth it. And it's close to my family, so yeah, that'll probably always be my favorite state.
There's no trouble telling who you root for. You are a huge Washington Husky fan. Are you talking a little trash to Mason Perella right now, him being a future Cougar?
Yeah, Mason's a nice guy, so I try to refrain myself from talking too much trash, But no, I don't like to talk trash to other colleges, because I get it. It's a good school. It's a good school, and maybe it would be a little different if I went to UW, but that was just my dad, and so I don't really have any harsh feelings against Wazoo. No reason to be mad at him. So not too much trash.
So when Kalen DeBoer was the head coach of the football team, that was probably some great times for you and your family.
Yeah, definitely was. Exciting time for sure.
So how much purple and gold do you have in your closet at your house in Washington?
I don't really rock purple and gold like that. As hard as it is to believe, I don't think that it's my go-to color on for my daily outfits. But I'll wear a UW jacket around every once in a while. So I'd say like a couple articles of purple and gold for sure.
And you were talking about going to Occidental College down in Southern California. How much of a shift that was from Washington to sunny Southern California?
Yeah, it was crazy. Just to start out with the weather, year round. I went from wearing shorts 2-3 months out of the year to barely having anything else than shorts in my closet, so the weather was definitely nice. Being 15 minutes outside of like downtown LA, there was so much traffic, and so that always sucked. You're trying to get somewhere and it'd be 5-10 miles to get there, and it'd be a 30-40 minute drive, so I loved being down there for a couple of years, and I'm definitely going to go back and visit, because I did truly love it, and my teammates were great, but definitely excited to be home also, so good in both.
I know that you are going to be going to Bellevue University this season, but I know you made a lot of friends at Occidental College, and one of those friends is on this team right now, Mr. Dylan Finelli. Oh, yeah. What was that experience like to know that you guys were going to be up here in Medford for summer ball?
It's so much fun, man. Dylan's my guy. He's a day one. You know, we played summer ball last year together. That's how we met. I think he just committed to Oxy. He transferred from Allegheny, and we happened to be playing on the same summer ball team because his roommate was on the team and he invited him to play. And so I got to meet him there, and we bonded. Pretty quick, you know, and we've been pretty close. So, I've been looking forward to this summer for a while, and while things didn't turn out like I wanted to with my arm, you know, I still got him, and it's good to have a roommate. So he definitely keeps me going, and it's nice to have him around.
Well, it's good to hear, my friend. All right, 2 more questions before I let you go on the Rogues pregame shows. We are talking with Elias Oster as he is our Rogues player spotlight. What is your pregame meal?
Whew. You know, today I had a bowl from Chipotle. That's it. When I do have a pregame meal, that's usually my go-to. Like when other than like going out to get food before a game, I like to cook at home. But when I do get food, it's probably Chipotle. And it's, do you want me to go through my order?
Of course, yeah.
All right. So yeah, bowl. And then I get pinto beans, white rice with steak. And then I go pico de gallo, lettuce, cheese, corn, sour cream.
Anything to drink with that or no? Just water?
You know, I usually be asking for a water cup, and I filled up with lemonade because who's gonna stop me, right? You know, lemonade with a bowl it's different.
Well, I respect that. All right, I know you were talking about your dad a little bit earlier, him being a huge Washington Huskies fan. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Your mom, your dad?
Yeah, you know, shout out mom, shout out dad. Elliot is he's 15 months younger than me. He also plays at Bellevue College, so that's part of the reason why I'm going. You know, excited to play with him. And then I also have a 10-year-old brother. His name's Remy, so shout out Remy. You know, he's always supporting me. And yeah, shout out all my guys from Occidental too. You know, I've told them many times, but I'm gonna miss them a whole lot. You know, it was tough to make the decision, but you know, at the end of the day, they're still gonna be my guys. So shout out them too.
Elias, great talking with you. Hopefully you'll be out on the hill sometime soon, and I'll see you down the road, all right, my friend?
For sure. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it.
That is Elias Oster, as he is our Rogues player spotlight. When we come right back after this, we have that one-on-one conversation with head coach Kevin Olmstead, as it is the final game of this 2-game series between Healdsburg and Medford. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Welcome back to the Rogues pregame show. This is our one-on-one conversation of assistant coach Ryan Otto. Coach, how are you? Happy Wednesday.
Yep, doing pretty good, man. Excited to be here, ready for the game.
Coach, last night I was talking on the broadcast. It felt like Healdsburg dominated the first half and Medford dominated the second half. Am I in the right idea about what happened last night?
I think we had 10 or 12 walks through the first 5 innings, so it's just pretty hard to get a lead or to be competitive when you do that.
And the strike zone was a little bit difficult to read, but also it felt like the pitching staff had its moments throughout the whole entire game, but it felt like once the pitching staff found the strike zone, this team was pretty good on the hill.
Yeah, for sure. Just as usual, if we attack hitters and let our defense work, then, you know, it usually puts us in a good position. So, yeah, hopefully we get more of that tonight.
And that offense, a 5-run 7th inning, wow. Really good offensive productivity last night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we get going, you know, we string hits together and it's contagious with our team. So, yeah, it was good to see.
And last night, Frankie Rutigliano going 3 for 4 at the plate, all 3 singles. What have you liked about how he's been able to improve it throughout this whole entire season?
Yeah, I think he's working hard and he's really competitive in the box. So, you know, he's not going to get cheated up there, and he's just a really tough out. So when he's up there, he's going to give us a chance.
And right now you are taking on the Healdsburg Prune Packers in the final game of this 2-game series. But you grew up in the Pacific Northwest. Did you ever hear of the Healdsburg Prune Packers?
Never heard of them until just now.
And what did you think about how they were playing last night?
Yeah, I think they're a good team, and good players for sure.
And, Coach, I know this is kind of a weird week for this team right now. I know they have a day off tomorrow, and then they get back at it for a 3-game series against Stockton. What is that message to this team right now to keep the eye on the prize?
Oh, yeah, I mean, just stick with the process, and you can't look ahead, so we always talk about that, and just be where your feet are and take it one pitch at a time today.
And right now, this is a team that was playing really good baseball in the second half. How does this team put together a good first half of a game tonight?
Yep, you got to throw strikes, attack hitters, and just get ahead and let our defense work. I think just setting the tone early is the most important thing.
I know that you are a big Trader Joe's guy. I know that you're going to be doing your fruit shopping. But, I mean, with this day off tomorrow, how much fruit are you going to be buying at Trader Joe's?
Oh, yeah, probably do a nice little run, get some good stuff, just try to keep it fresh, and, stay healthy.
And I know that this team right now is playing a really tough team, but what are your keys to victory besides competing and worrying about every pitch?
I think just playing together and just taking it one pitch at a time and throwing strikes for sure.
Coach, always a pleasure speaking with you. Have fun out in the dugout tonight. Hopefully it will be cooler than it was last night, and have fun out there, all right?
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
That is Assistant Coach Ryan Otto when we come right back after this with the starting lineup and the first pitch, as it is the final game of this 2-game series between Healdsburg and Medford. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college,
know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me. That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Game 2 between the Healdsburg Prune Packers and your Medford Rogues about to happen in the Rogue Valley at Harry and David Field. My name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, as your Medford Rogues 3-2 in Pacific Empire League action, tied for second place, takes on the top of the Pacific Empire League in the Healdsburg Prune Packers, as they are 6-1, as it is the top two teams battling it out in the Rogue Valley. I send it to public address announcer Greg Roberts for the playing of the national anthem. It is a Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley, as it is another windy one at the ballpark. My name is Brian Welch, the Rogue Streaming Network, as it is the final game of this two-game series between the Healdsburg Prune Packers and your Medford Rogues. Give you that starting lineup for Healdsburg, led by head coach Joey Gomes, as the Prune Packers are 12-1 overall in this 2025 season, and they sit atop the Pacific Empire League with a record of 6-1. Batting off, playing in center field, it is Jonathan Kim. Batting second in right field is Alex Leopard. Batting in the 3 spot is the first baseman Logan Sutter. Batting cleanup in left field is Blake Grimmer. Batting fifth at second base is Jacob French. He was in the DH role yesterday for Game 1. Batting in the 6th spot is DH man Jake McCoy from San Jose State. Batting 7th is shortstop is Cade Campbell. Batting in the 8th spot is the third baseman Max Martinez. And batting 9th behind the dish catching is Hideki Prather. On the hill pitching for your Medford Rogues, as it is CJ Recruiter, the young man from Granite Bay, California. Earned run average of .75 on this 2025 campaign. 4 games, 2 starts, 9 strikeouts. The CJ Recruiter is getting his warm-up tosses in right now. Behind the dish, calling the balls and strikes for Game 2 of this series, as it is Brandon Dollarhide behind the dish. Over at first base is Alex Chavez and Andrew Herbold over at third base. Wind blowing strongly on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Let's give you the dimensions of the ballpark, as it is 325 down the lines in left and right field. Straight away, center is 400, and the gaps in left and right center, it's 407. Take a look at the standings in the Pacific Empire League. That is brought to you by Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Healdsburg sits atop the Pacific Empire League with a record of 6-1. Tied for second place is the Lincoln Potters. They're 3-2, and Medford is 3-2. In third place, it is the Humboldt Crabs with a record of 3-3. Solano's not far behind with a record of 2-5, and the West Coast Kings are winless in this 2025 summer season when it concerns Pacific Empire League action. As the West Coast Kings are going to be taking on the Lincoln Potters tonight, so we'll give you that score in a little bit with the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Holt Homes. As it is a perfect evening for baseball, blue skies, but the clouds are increasing on this Wednesday evening. The throw over to second base with the catcher Chris Ortiz means we're about to bring you the action on the Rogue Streaming Network. Welcome our friends from the land of wine country, Healdsburg. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Pull up your favorite chair. Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air. As CJ Recruity gets the battle. The Wolverine from the University of Michigan, Jonathan Kim, as the Prune Packers are rocking their great uniforms, great pants. First pitch on the way, his first pitch swinging, and that's going to be a foul ball down that left field line, strike one. And we get going at 6:38 p.m. in the Rogue Valley. Blue skies, but a lot of overcast skies, 85 degrees in the Rogue Valley. Just a perfect evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. We always talk about that it's always a perfect evening. Strike one, pitch home from Recruity. Fastball fouled off down that left field line. Strike two. CJ Recruity, good fastball, good off-speed guy on the hill pitching. Young man from Sierra Junior College trying to get that first out to kick off Game 2 of the series. 0-2, fastball, lifted foul down that left field line. We'll do it again, still no balls and 2 strikes. The center fielder, Jonathan Kim. So it's Kim, Leopard, Sutter, Grimmer, French, McCoy, Campbell, Martinez, and Prather. Right against left to kick off this one on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. As you can hear on the crowd mic, the wind is howling into the ballpark. No balls and 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside, says home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 1. Jonathan Kim yesterday able to strike with that home run to right field. 1-2 hit in the air. Center field going back is Horsley. Horsley will drift back, and he's able to make the grab for out number 1. So Kim flies out for the first out of the frame. Let's give you that defense is backing up. The starter is CJ Recruity. Behind the dish catching is Chris Ortiz. Over at third base is Frankie Urtigliano. Ryan Severns is the shortstop. Travis Finney's back at second base in his second game. And Garrett Bardo is over at first base. In the outfield from left to right for your Medford Rogues, as it is Orlando Covarrubias, Aiden Horsley, and Johnny Alley. 1 out, nobody on. Top half inning number 1. The left-handed batter of Alex Leopard goes to work now. First offering to home, ground ball, bouncer foul down that first base side, strike 1. Leopard, the Triton from UC San Diego, 3 hits in this series, 3 hits yesterday. Young man seen the ball well so far in the Rogue Valley. The left-handed batter going to work now. Very interesting uniforms that the Prune Packers are wearing. Gray uniforms, gray pants, maroon numbering, and lettering with the HPP on the side. Strike one pitch, down and in, ball one. Alex Leopard was an All-Big West honorable mention this spring for the Tritons of UC San Diego. One's a wild on the top of one. 1-1 fastball, and that was actually, he was hit by the pitch, so Alex Leopard's able to get aboard of a one-out hit by pitch in the top half inning number one. So 1 out and 1 on, top half of inning number one. The first baseman, Logan Sutter, goes to work in the 3-hole for his first at-bat on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Logan Sutter, first right-handed batter in that 3 spot for the Prune Packers. No score early going at Harry and David Field in the Rogue Valley. Wind blowing strongly in the ballpark. First offering home, curveball misses down and out, ball one. The catcher, Chris Ortiz, ready to throw it over to first, but decided not to. Ball one. One ball, no strikes. CJ ready, and the pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, ball two. Finding the strike zone was a premium last night for the pitching staff for the Rogues. Nathan Hunter got the start. Only able to record 1 out, but the Prune Packers chased him out of the inning. CJ recruiting behind 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball hits it in the air, and that is going to go foul down that first base side. Strike one. Sutter yesterday had 1 hit in the game. Was actually in his first at-bat, actually, in the top half of inning number one. 4 runs came across the plate in that frame yesterday. Garrett Bardo holding the runner at first base. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch. Breaking ball finds the upper third, strike 2, and the count goes even 2-2 in the top half of inning number one. Blake Grimmer waits on deck for the Prune Packers of Healdsburg. This is a Prune Packer squad that is looking for their 5th straight Summer Collegiate Baseball title. Ground ball softly up the middle. Charging is Ryan Seven. Mishandles it. Gets it back over to Finney for 1. And the throw is going to sail over the head of Garrett Bardo over at first base. So Leopard will be forced out at second base. And Logan Sutter will reach on the fielder's choice. So 1 on and 2 outs in the top half inning number one. The shortstop of Ryan Severn slipped in a little wet spot at the shortstop position. Mishandled it, but it still got the ball over to Travis Finney for the first out. Wanted to go for 2. 1 out and 2. 2 outs, 1 on. Top half of inning number one. No score between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. CJ Recruity trying to sneak out of this inning. Garrett Bardo holding the runner of Logan Sutter at first base. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside, ball one. Blake Grimmer at the plate for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Grimmer, before yesterday, averaging .455 at the dish in Pacific Empire League action, 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner, strike one. Good location by CJ. 1 ball and a strike in the top half of inning number one. Grimmer out of Tennessee, the volunteer, averaged .318 this spring. Was an SEC All-Academic Honor Roll player. Is that a good off-speed that finds the outside corner, strike 2. And now C.J. Riccardi's in charge of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number one. Logan Sutter at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number one. No score between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. Final game of this 2-game series in the Rogue Valley. 2-2. Ground ball right side, picked up by Travis Finney in the grass in right field. The throw to first in time. Beautiful play by the Australian Travis Finney to close the book in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left stranded for Healdsburg as it is. Logan Sutter over at first base. Go to the bottom half of inning number one. Right after this, Healdsburg 0, Medford coming up. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
parents,
community members,
anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
The bottom half of inning number 1 and Harry and David Field. Ryan, what's back here for you on the Rogues Stream Network. Let's give you that starting lineup for your Medford Rogues, led by first-year head coach Kevin Olmstead. Batting lead off, playing second base is Travis Finney. Batting second in center field is Aiden Horsley. Batting third in right field is Johnny Alley. Batting cleanup is the catcher Chris Ortiz. Batting fifth at short is Ryan Severns. Batting the sixth spot is the left fielder Orlando Covarrubias. In the DH role is Caden Casagrande. He'll be batting seventh. Garrett Bartle will be at first base. He's in the 8 hole. And batting ninth at third base this evening, it's Frankie Ritigliano. As Alex Ballardis is the starting pitcher for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Ballardis gets ready to go to work as it is a right against right to begin the bottom half of inning number 1. First pitch on the way. Fastball right down the boulevard. Strike 1 for the bottom half of inning number 1. Travis Finney, 1 hit yesterday. Huge 2-run RBI single to keep the game going. Especially strike 1 pitch. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Travis Finney able to provide some excitement with that huge 2-run RBI single. As it is Travis Finney, Aiden Horsley, Johnny Alley, Chris Ortiz, Ryan Severns, Orlando Covarrubias, Caden Casagrande, Garrett Bartle, and Frankie Ritigliano. As that 1-1 pitch misses upstairs, ball 2 with the off-speed. Ballardis out of Arizona State, the Sun Devil out of the Big 12, grew up in San Jose, California. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball finds that inside corner, strike 2, and the count goes even 2-2 in the bottom half of inning number 1. Medford tied for second place in Pacific Empire League action with Lincoln, I should say. Both teams with a record of 3-2. 2-2, fastball fouled off to that first base side. We'll do it again, still 2 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 1. Travis Finney playing his second game of the week after being on the IR, the right-handed batter with a huge hit yesterday. But you remember that big play he had in the top half of this inning. 2-2 again, and he waves at it for strike 3, and Travis Finney's down on strikes for the first out of the frame. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half inning number 1. Aiden Horsley goes to work now. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. And let's give you that defense is back up the starter of Alex Ballardis. Behind the dish catching is Prather. Over at third base is Martinez. Campbell's the shortstop. French is at second base. And Sutter is the first baseman in the outfield from left to right for Healdsburg. It's Grimmer, Kim, and Leopard. First pitch on the way is a ball. And Horsley back in the lineup. Horsley did not play in yesterday's game. Head 1-0. Fastball waves at that one, strike 1. Good fastball by Ballardis. And Arizona State had a very good season in the spring, able to go to the Los Angeles Regional that had UCLA 1-1. Fastball misses down and out, ball 2. Had UCLA, UC Irvine, Fresno State, my alma mater, and of course Arizona State. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 3. Think about this. Today is a special anniversary if you are a Fresno State fan. Today is the day that Fresno State was able to hoist the trophy at Rosenblatt Stadium in 2008. 3-1 pitch, fastball that locates on the inside corner, strike 2 in 2008 at Rosenblatt in Omaha, Nebraska. I was 5 years old. 3-2 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 3, and Horsley goes down swinging on the off-speed. Back-to-back Ks for Alex Ballardis. 2 up and 2 down in the bottom half of inning number 1. So right now, Johnny Alley goes to work now. 2 outs and the base is empty in the bottom half of inning number 1. Pair of strikeouts so far to start off the bottom half of inning number 1 for Alex Velardes. So right now, Johnny Alley looking to try to keep this offense moving. The Rogues struggle to get runners across the plate as they were held scoreless. That first 4 innings, it was a very standstill at the plate. Not much hits. 1-0. Fastball misses up and out, ball 2. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packers. The bottom half of inning number 1. 2-0 pitch. Fastball locates on the inside of corner, strike 1. The reason why I'm telling you this today is the date of the Wonder Dogs to Underdogs, 2-1. Ground ball, left side, tracking it down to his left is Campbell. Campbell throws it over to first, and the throw will be in time for out number 3, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded as it is. Alex Velardes able to send the Rogues in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the second right after this. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. Windy evening in the Rogue Valley. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues baseball.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball.
Healdsburg 0, Medford 0 as we go to the top half of inning number 2 at Harry and David Field. Brian Witch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues baseball. As it is 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Healdsburg Prune Packers of Jacob French, followed by Jake McCoy and Cade Campbell. CJ Recruity gets his second inning on the hill. No strikeouts, but able to draw some weak contact to get out of the inning. First offering on the way. Fastball misses outside the ball 1. If you were able to join us for yesterday's broadcast, the first inning felt like an eternity as the starter Nathan Hunter was chased out of the frame. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Ground ball, roller foul down that first base side, out of play, strike 1. Jacob French at the dish, 2 hits so far in this series. Young man from Cal Berkeley. Trying to get aboard a guy that saw the ball well in the spring for the Golden Bears. 1-1. Hits it in the air, left field, and that will trail foul into the bullpen of the Rogues. Strike 2. Jacob French averaged .390 at the dish for the Golden Bears this spring. Was third team All ACC. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Rounded foul down that third base side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Cal was one of the biggest surprises in the ACC baseball tournament. They went pretty far. Surprised a lot of teams throughout that whole entire tournament. Cal's going to be on the up and up for next season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch home from CJ. Fastball hits it in the air, and that is going to trail foul out of play. Down that left field line. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 2. Jacob French yesterday. 2 hits, RBI single, and a base hit. French still behind. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half inning number 2. 1-2, off speed, hits it in the air, right center field, giving chase to Johnny Alley, circling to his right. That ball's going to drop down in between Horsley and Alley, and that is going to be a leadoff single off the bat of Jacob French. And that is the first hit of the evening for the Prune Packers of Healdsburg. 1 on, nobody out. Top half inning number 2 as Jake McCoy goes to work now. Jake McCoy in the DH role. 1 hit yesterday in game 1 of the series. As he goes to work now for his first at-bat. Garrett Bardo holding the runner at first. Top half inning number 2. Wind blowing strongly in the ballpark. First one home. Curveball misses downstairs. Ball 1. Infield playing deep for your Rogues in the top half of inning number 2. Frankie Vitigliano playing off the bag at third. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball grounded right into left field, base hit. And Jake McCoy gets aboard. So back-to-back singles off the bat of French, and McCoy puts 2 on and no outs in the top half of inning number 2. And right now, the Rogues trying to control the damage as Cade Campbell goes to work now. So the infield will play deep. Garrett Bardo will not hold on to the runner. You definitely know Ryan Severns and Travis Finney are thinking about turning a double play. Got to think about that every time you have runners on the base. Recruity checks on the runner of French at second base. First offering home. Off speed misses up and out. Ball 1. Cade Campbell at the dish. 2 walks and a sac fly in game 1 of the series yesterday. Right-handed batter gets his first trip to the dish on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Rogue Credit Union night. Half off tickets, half off hot dogs for members. 1-0 pitch, line drive, and that is going to scorch foul down that left field line, out of play. Strike 1. Just beautiful blue skies overhead. Hints of clouds, more clouds starting to appear. Like cotton ball clouds beyond left field. But the wind still being a factor at Harry and David Field. As Campbell broke his bat, gets a new one. Climbs back in the batter's box. 1 ball and 1 strike in the top half of inning number 2. Two on, no outs, top half of the second. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. 2-1-1, that's in the air. Center field going back is Aiden Horsley, and he's able to make the grab for out number 1. Going from second to third is Jacob French, and the throw will be late. So Jacob French will go over to third base. That puts runners on the corners in the top half of inning number 2. As Campbell flies out for the first out of the frame. So Max Martinez goes to work now with 1 out and 2 on in the top half of inning number 2. Healdsburg looking to strike with the irons hot. Only 90 feet away from scoring as the right-handed batter of Max Martinez stands in. Young man from USC, University of Southern California, I should say. First pitch on the way, breaking ball, finds the upper third, strike 1. I know you're probably a big fan of college baseball, but if you don't know this, USC was not playing on the campus in Los Angeles. No balls and a strike. Line drive foul down that left field line, strike 2, as Martinez is behind. No balls and 2 strikes in the top half of the second. USC for the past couple of seasons have played the regular season games at Great Park in Irvine. Runners on the corners, Jacob French at third base, Jake McCoy at first. 0-2 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 3. And that is the first strikeout for CJ Recruity on this Wednesday evening. So Martinez goes down on strikes. 2 on and 2 outs in the top half of inning number 2. As Hideki Prather goes to work now. So right now, CJ Recruity trying to sneak out of this jam. Runners on the corners. No score between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. First pitch on the way. Fastball blows right past Prather. Strike 1.
Now batting catcher Hideki Prather.
Prather from Clemson, out of the ACC, I should say. Actually grew up in Oakland. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. Strike 1 pitch, hits it in the air. That is going to be Johnny Alley charging in. Travis Finney says, "I'll have it, my friend." And Travis Finney on the run makes the grab for out number 3. And CJ Recruiting and company able to sneak out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left stranded as it is Jacob French over at third base and Jake McCoy over at first. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2 right after this. Still scoreless in the Rogue Valley. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Chris Ortiz leads off the bottom half of inning number 2 for your Medford Rogues. No score between the Healdsburg Prune Packers and your Rogues on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. First offering home from Bellardis to Chris Ortiz. Breaking ball finds the outside corner, strike 1. As it is, the middle of the order due up for your Medford Rogues are Chris Ortiz, Ryan Severns, and Orlando Covarrubias. No runs on no hits so far in Game 2 of the series. Strike 1 pitch, misses up and in, ball 1. Chris Ortiz, the right-handed batter, currently in the transfer portal, previously at Sonoma State. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch home for Bellardis. 1-1, grounded to the right side of the infield. French will pick it up, the throw over to first, and it will be in time for out number 1. 4-3 on the ground out for the first out of the frame. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 2. As it is Ryan Severns ready to go to work now, making his debut in this 2-game series. Ryan Severns ready to make some noise. I know his family is listening back home in Southern California. The right-handed batter goes to work now. 1 out, and the base is empty. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packers. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and in. Ball 1. Severns averaging .354 at the dish in this 2025 season. 1-0 pitch, and he's hit by the pitch. And Ryan Severns gets aboard with a 1-out hit by pitch in the bottom half of inning number 2.
Now batting the left fielder from Sacramento State University, Orlando Covarrubias.
So 1 on and 1 out in the bottom half of inning number 2. Still no score between Healdsburg and Medford. So Orlando Covarrubias goes in. Able to work 2 walks, and now home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide will make sure that Ryan Severns is okay at first base. Severns will have a medium-sized lead over at first. Sutter holding the runner. No score, bottom of 2. Game 2 of this series. Runner goes. First pitch on the way. Fastball. The throw over to second base by Prather, and the tag is going to be applied in time as Ryan Severns is going to be tagged out at second base. So quickly 2 outs in the bottom half of inning number 2. No balls and a strike, and you think about this, the Rogues have been pretty prolific on the base path so far this season. Rogues trying to pull a fast one on the Prune Packers. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside of ball 1. The Prune Packers, knowing what was going to happen, is now Orlando Covarrubias trying to continue this frame. 1-1, fastball misses down below the knees, ball 2. Covarrubias only averaging .257 at the dish, but he's had some great at-bats, but has not been able to show it on the stat line as that 2-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, strike 2. Counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 2. And the pitch home 2-2, Q to the left side of the infield. Martinez will pick it up at third. The throw over to first, and the throw will be in time for out number 3. And the inning is over, as Alex Millard is able to send the Rogues in order once again. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded. We have played 2 in the Rogue Valley. We go to the third right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
High school sports,
or college,
Know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
Let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me. That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
No score between Healdsburg and Medford as we go to the third inning at Harry and David Field, as it is the 1-2-3 due up for the Healdsburg Prune Packers of Jonathan Kim, Alex Leopard, and Logan Sutter. We are brought to you by Figaro's Pizza, from pizza to wings and even calzones. Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Head coach Kevin Olmstead starting to become a gardener out in the infield, trying to fix that wet spot between at the shortstop position. Ryan Severin slipped a little bit in the first inning. The Rogues trying to fix that, make sure that nobody will slip again in this game 2 of this 2-game series. Rogues had the day off tomorrow, and they'll be able to go back to work again on Friday. Start of a 3-game series against the Stockton Pearls. Stockton Pearls out of the BACL. And don't forget, Friday is the second to last fireworks show of the season. And we're going to talk with the president, Dave May, a little bit on Friday to see what type of theme we're going to expect for the fireworks. Last week we saw the Bang fireworks show, a lot of explosions as we get ready to go to work. Now, CJ Recruity's been able to have a bang on the hill so far, been able to get out of some jams, especially in the top half of inning number 2, with the Prune Packers covering bags on the corners at first and third. Good job there by CJ Recruity to sneak out of the inning. A much better start on the hill pitching-wise than we saw yesterday for the Medford Rogues. The Rogues struggled to find that strike zone, especially in that 4-run first inning for Healdsburg. First offering on the way, first pitch. That's going to be a slow roller towards first, and that will be a foul ball. Jonathan Kim at the dish now, the top of the order guy. Jonathan Kim, who had a huge home run to kick off game 1 yesterday. That ball was hit well to right field. He's 0 for 1 so far this evening. I actually had a good conversation with Jonathan today during their batting practice, talking about the differences in the field dimensions where he usually plays at in the spring in the University of Michigan, and here at Harry and David. No balls and a strike. Fastball misses up and out, ball 1. Jonathan Kim at the dish. Guy who hit the ball well last night. Only had 1 hit, but that 1 hit was a domino effect in game 1. 1-1. Strike below the knees, ball 2. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues. Top half of inning number 3. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. CJ Recruity ready. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch home. 2-1. Good off speed. Wave and a miss, strike 2, and now the count goes even. 2-2 in the top of the 3rd. And now CJ Recruity trying to get his second punch out of the evening. got his first punch out in the second. One blowing strongly, the 2-2. Fastball, line drive into, over the head of the first baseman, Garrett Bardo, rounding first, speeding towards second is Kim, and Kim is going to drop the tail hook at second base. A leadoff stand-up double off the bat of the Wolverine from the University of Michigan. Jonathan Kim gets the third hit of the evening for the Prune Packers. So a double off the bat of Kim brings up Alex Leopard, the young man from UC San Diego. 1 on, no outs. Top half of inning number 3. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. That was a line drive that felt slow off the bat, but it got faster as the ball went down that right field line. So right now it is going to be the Rogues playing deep and shifting to the right. Left-handed batter of Alex Leopard. Hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. First offering home. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Leopard was forced out at second base during the Sutter at-bat. And we were talking about this in the top of the inning with head coach Kevin Olmstead using a rake to work on that wet spot at the shortstop position. Ryan Severns had a misstep there, 1-0. Cute foul to the screen, strike 1. And that could have been a double play. Travis Finney was able to hold on to the ball after that wild throw from Severns. The force out Leopard at the dish. Leopard last night saw the ball well. 3 hits in game 1 of the series for the Prune Packers. 1 ball and 1 strike. The leadoff man of Jonathan Kim over at second base. Medium-sized lead for the Wolverine from the University of Michigan. Big lead down for Jonathan and the 1-1. Fastball misses upstairs, says home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide. This is a big opportunity right now for C.J. Recruity. C.J. Recruity able to get out of the jam in the top half of inning number 2 with runners on the corners. Now C.J. finds himself behind 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. 2-1, breaking ball misses. Down and out, ball 3. No score between Healdsburg and Medford, game 2 of this 2-game series. Jonathan Kim dancing around a little bit over at second base. 3-1 pitch. Instead, a pump fake from C.J. Recruity to chase back the runner of Jonathan Kim. Kim still over at second base. Top of 3. No score between the Prune Packers and your Medford Rogues. Final game of this series. Rogues and Healdsburg only seen each other 5 times. 3-1 pitch. That's going to be cued in the air. Left side of the infield, Ryan Severns going to call everybody off, and he's able to make the grab. That ball is going to be dropped by Ryan. So Alex Leopard's going to get aboard with an error. That will be officially an E6, so an easy ball dropped by Ryan Severns. Puts 2 on and no outs in the top half of inning number 3. We talked about this a little bit yesterday in the broadcast about how if you make one mistake, Healdsburg's going to pounce on it. Healdsburg's kind of like the Iceman from Top Gun. You make one mistake, they're going to make you pay for it. 2 on, no outs. Top half of inning number 3. No score between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. And the first offering home from C.J. Recruity. Curveball misses down and out, ball 1. Logan Sutter 0 for 1 so far tonight. Sutter, the right-handed batter, trying to get this offense moving for the Prune Packers. The Prune Packers still in the stalemate with the Medford Rogues. No score, top half of inning number 3. Runner goes. Throw over to second base by Chris Ortiz, and the tag is not going to be applied in time as Alex Leopard's able to steal second base. Jonathan Kim able to go from second to third, and now Healdsburg finds himself with runners at second and third now. And C.J. Recruity trying to sneak out of this inning. Top half of inning number 3, still no outs. You go back to the Leopard at bat, that could have been an easy grab. Now, right now, this infield and outfield trying to search for that first out. Runners at second and third. Logan Sutter waits for the 1-1 from C.J. Recruity. 1-1 fastball misses down, ball 2. Logan Sutter out of the University of South Carolina, Columbia. Averaging .278 in league play before today for for the Prune Packers. 2 on, no outs, top of 3. Crudy ready, and the 2-1. Curveball locates on the outside corner. Strike 2, and the count goes even 2-2 in the top half of inning number 3. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. Wind still blowing into the ballpark on this Wednesday evening for Rogue Credit Union night at the ballpark. A really good crowd on hand to see the 2 top teams in the Pacific Empire League. 2-2. Fastball, wave and a miss. Strike 3. Sutter down on strike. C.J. Recruity gets his second strikeout of the evening. That's a huge strikeout for the first out of the frame, still of 2 on. That gives a lot of confidence for C.J. Recruity, who has gone longer than the starter of last night's game of Nathan Hunter. So 2 on and 1 out. Top half of inning number 3. Kim at third. Leopard at second base. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. First pitch on the way. Slider misses down and out. Ball 1. Blake Grimmer 0 for 1 so far this evening. 1 out, 2 on. Top half of inning number 3. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball, line drive foul down that first base side. Strike 1. Two on, 1 out. Top half of inning number 3. 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed batter Blake Grimmer. Young man from the University of Tennessee out of the SEC. Great baseball program. 1 ball, 1 strike. Recruity ready. And the pitch. 1-1, hits it in the air, skying into left field, tracking it down is Lando Covarrubias. He's able to make the grab. Tagging from third is Jonathan Kim. Kim's going to, that tag is going to be in time! What a play! Lando Covarrubias guns down Kim at the dish, and that is a huge play, a double play, a 7-2 double play to close out the frame. What a play by Orlando Covarrubias in left. Wow. 7-2 double play to close out the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no, and 1 error committed by your Medford Rogues. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3 right after this. Kenan Casagrande, Garrett Bardo, and Frankie Ritigliano. Can the Rogues capitalize on the momentum? We shall see. It's Healdsburg with 0, Medford with 0. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Kenan Casagrande leads off the bottom half. Pitch is inside the ball 2. As it is the bottom of the order due up for your Medford Rogues, as it is Kenan Casagrande, followed by Garrett Bardo and Frankie Ritigliano. Still no score between Healdsburg and Medford, as it was a 7-2 double play to get out of the inning. 2-0 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 1 for Kenan Casagrande. And what a weekend Kenan Casagrande had at the dish. 5 hits against Solano. Guy was actually who was tossed out in the final game of the series on Sunday. 2-1. Off speed, grounded, foul down that third base side, strike 2. And this has been a very interesting one so far. As this Rogue squad competing with the Healdsburg Prune Packers, top half inning number 3. Healdsburg able to take game 1 yesterday, 12-7. Rogue's offense woke up, but it was too little too late. 2-2. Off speed. Cues it foul down that third base side. We'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes for Caden Casagrande. Garrett Bardo waiting on deck. Casagrande averaging .304 at the dish in this 2025 season. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball screams over our heads. Still 2-2. Wind blowing into the ballpark now. No score between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. 2-2. Curveball misses up and in ball 3, and the count fills 3-2. And Caden Casagrande has been able to get aboard on some walks this season, trying to get aboard of a leadoff walk in the bottom half of inning number 3 at Harry and David Field. 3-2 from Bellardis. 3-2, wave and a miss, strike 3. Casagrande goes down on strikes, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Alex Bellardis in this outing. So if 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half, inning number 3, Garrett Bardo goes to work now. Medford right now trying to keep this offense moving, trying to capitalize on the momentum they got in the top half of inning number 3 with that huge 7-2 double play by Orlando Covarrubias. That's going to go on his highlight reel for the season. First offering home. Fastball misses downstairs, says home plate umpire Brennan Dollarhide. Garrett Bardo averaging .324 at the dish. 1-0. Fastball gets past him, strike 1. Good velo so far by Alex Bellardis, but he's able to have a very enticing style on the hill to make this the batter's chase. 1-1, curveball bends in for a strike on the inside corner, strike 2. No score, bottom of 3, 1 out, bases empty. Healdsburg 0, Medford 0. 1-2, curveball misses, down and in, ball 2. So right now you think about this, Medford has had many opportunities to try to strike with the irons hot going back to yesterday. 2-2. Down and out, ball 3. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packers as the count runs full yet again. Second time in this inning. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packers. The payoff, fastball, wave and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back Ks for Alex Bellardis. 4 Ks so far this evening. 2 up and 2 down in the bottom half of inning number 3. So with the bases empty, the guy who had a 3-hit night yesterday goes to work now. A trio of singles. Frankie Retigliano goes to work for his first at-bat. No score between Healdsburg and Medford. Game 2 of this series. Final game in the Rogue Valley before the Rogues head on the road to take on the Prune Packers in mid-July. First offering on the way. Off speed is the ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Frankie Retigliano. Retigliano averaging .358 at the dish. 1-0. Hits it in the air, right center field. Tracking it down is Leopard. Leopard will make the grab for out number 3. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded. A pair of strikeouts for Alex Bellardis, but the Rogues go in order 1, 2, 3. We have played 3 in the Rogue Valley, and it's still scoreless. We go to the 4th right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It is a windy evening in the Rogue Valley. Still scoreless between Healdsburg and Medford in the final game of this two-game series at Harry and David Field. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. And we are brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. For pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. CJ Recruity through 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, able to get out of some jams, and a 7-2 double play to boot to close out the 3rd inning. Top half inning number 4, first pitch on the way. Fastball escapes away from the catcher of Chris Ortiz, ball 1. As it is, the 5-hole hitter of Jacob French, followed by Jake McCoy and Cade Campbell. Jacob French, 1 for 1 so far this evening. The Golden Bear from UC Berkeley, the left-handed batter, right against left. 1-0 pitch, fastball. Recruity gets him to chase on it, strike 1. If you're now joining us on the Rogue Streaming Network, Healdsburg had opportunities to get runners across the plate. You got to go to that 2nd inning when the Prune Packers left runners on the corners. 1-1. Fastball misses outside of ball 2. And then Jonathan Kim was tagged out of the plate with a great cannon of an arm from Orlando Covarrubias out and left. A 7-2 double play to close out the frame. 2-1. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 2. And right now, Jacob French trying to keep this offense moving for Healdsburg. Healdsburg, by this time yesterday, was cruising. They were leading 6-0 against your Medford Rogues. And what a difference a day makes in the Rogue Valley. Seriously, no score between Healdsburg and Medford. Top half inning number 4, game 2 of the series. The next time these two teams will see each other will be at Rec Ballpark in Wine Country. A classic Sonoma County ballpark. We'll talk about that a little bit later on as we get closer and closer to that road trip. A 6-game road trip for your Medford Rogues. Going to Healdsburg and Lincoln, 2-2. Curveball misses up and out, ball 3. And that reminds me to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Holt Homes. Three balls, 2 strikes. CJ gets ready. And the pitch home from Recruity. Looping curveball misses outside of ball 4, and Jacob French is able to work a walk, and that is the first walk issued by CJ Recruity tonight on the hill. So with 1 on and no outs in the top half inning number 4, it is going to be Jake McCoy ready to go to work now. 1 on, no outs. Garrett Bardo holding the runner at first base. Jake McCoy at the dish. McCoy, the Spartan from San Jose State, guy who grew up in Roanoke Park. First offering home. Fastball misses up and out, ball 1, which is kind of interesting. Jake McCoy at the dish. He grew up in Roanoke Park. Roanoke Park is in the same town as Sonoma State. So the Chris Ortiz, the former Seawolf, behind the dish catching. Two guys that know the Roanoke Park area pretty well. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball hits it in the air, and that ball is going to trail foul down that left field line, strike 1. As Healdsburg's been able to get some great hits, but they just trailed a foul, and that's credit to the wind. The wind's still blowing strongly, 5 to 10 miles per hour at the ballpark. Still no score between Healdsburg and Medford, top half inning number 4. And right now, this has been a team that has had their moments so far. Wind blowing into the ballpark, no score between Healdsburg and Medford, top half inning number 4, 1-1. Fastball cued foul to the screen, strike 2. CJ Recruity finds himself ahead 1-2 in the top half inning number 4. Jacob French holding the runner. Jacob French at first base. Garrett Bardo holding the runner, I should say. 1-2. Curveball misses up and in. Ball 2. Count goes even, 2-2 in the top half inning number 4. McCoy had 1 hit in yesterday's game. He came off the bench with a huge RBI double in the Top half of inning number 7. Two and two. Fastball hits it in the air. Center field going back is Aiden Horsley. That ball is going to drop over his head. Going from second towards third is Jacob French. And the stop sign is going to be put up by head coach Joey Gomes. And that is a stand-up double from the Spartan from San Jose State, Jake McCoy. And that puts runners at second and third in the top half inning number 4. So Coach Pat will step out of the dugout, pitching coach for your Medford Rogues. Have a conversation with CJ Recruiting. Nobody warming up in that bullpen for your Medford Rogues. 2 on, no outs, no score between Healdsburg and Medford. Good crowd on hand tonight at Harry and David Field for Rogue Credit Union night at the ballpark. Half off tickets, half off hot dogs for all Rogue Credit Union members. If you're just now joining us on the Rogue Streaming Network, it was Medford able to sneak out of the third inning with a 7-2 double play. Orlando Covarrubias being tested in the outfield. And right now, the Rogues are in the same situation. Seriously. Gave a double to lead off the frame from Kim. Leopard able to get aboard a Finnair, putting runners at second and third. A strikeout from Logan Sutter. And Grimmer had a fly out and part of that double play. So walking a double now. Healdsburg trying to strike with the irons hot. Top half inning number 4. First pitch on the way. Ground ball. Roller toward third. Picking it up and not going to be picked up as Frankie Ortigliano. That ball's going to escape into left center field. So that will drive in 1. So Jacob Ferentz will score from third. So that is an RBI single. And they're going to say that'll be officially an error. So an RBI and officially an error. So Cade Campbell gets aboard. The drive in the first run of the evening for Healdsburg. 1-0. Prune Packers out in front. Top half inning number 4. So that puts runners on the corners in the top half inning number 4. As Max Martinez goes to work. Max Martinez, the Trojan from USC. No outs and 2 on, and the pitch. First pitch on the way. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 1. We were talking about this during the Martinez at-bat. Martinez, part of USC. USC for the past couple of seasons has been playing their games at Great Park in Irvine. That is correct, because they were fixing Dado Field, because there's the practice field for the football team goes right up against the baseball diamond. No balls and a strike, and the pitch home from CJ. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. So the Trojans have been calling Great Park in Irvine home for the last couple of seasons. Actually, it's a beautiful ballpark. It's actually where the Orange County Riptide play their games. Several Cleveland baseball team out of the California Collegiate League. 1-1, ground ball right side picked up by Travis Finney. Toss it over to Ryan Severance for 1. The throw over to second base, and the throw's in time for a twin killing. So Martinez will drive in a run, but that will be a 4-6-3 double play. So that is the first 2 outs of the inning, but that does drive in another run. 2-0, Healdsburg out in front, top half inning number 4. First offering on the way. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes in the top half inning number 4. So Hideki Prather goes to work now out of Clemson, the right-handed batter. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch, or that 1-0 pitch, I should say, is a ball that misses inside, ball 2. 2-0, Healdsburg out in front. 2 runs on 4 hits so far. Two runs on a hit on this evening. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch home. 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses high and tight, ball 3. And you think about this. Healdsburg cracking into the run column off a mistake of the Rogues infield. 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. 3-0, fastball, hits it in the air. Left center field going to his right is Aiden Horsley on the run. Able to make the grab for out number 3. And the Rogues able to limit the damage in the top half of inning number 4. 2 runs come across the plate on 1 hit. 1 error committed by your Medford Rogues. And Nobody left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 4 right after this, as it is due up for your Rogues. It's the 1, 2, and 3 batters, Travis Finney, Aiden Horsley, and Johnny Alley. Can the Rogues answer back as they trail 2-0 against the Healdsburg Prune Packers? Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Medford trailing at 2-0 against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. We go to the bottom half of inning number 4, as it is a new pitcher on the hill for the Healdsburg Prune Packers, as it is Luke Payne in relief of the starter of Alex Baradas. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. As Luke Payne, the young man from the University of Tennessee, will go to work as he'll be facing the top of the order for your Medford Rogues, Travis Finney, followed by Aiden Horsley and Johnny Alley. Right now, the Rogues offensively, no runs, no hits, and 2 errors committed in Game 2 of the series. Healdsburg able to strike with 2 runs. The first 2 runs across the plate in the top half of the frame. First offer at home, that's going to be a bunt down that third base side. Payne will pick it up, the throw over to first, and the throw is not going to be in time. A leadoff bunt single from the Australian of Travis Finney, and the Rogues get their first base runner aboard and their first hit of the evening.
Now batting the center fielder, Aiden Horsley.
Great bunt single off the bat of Travis Finney. Get himself aboard for the first base runner of the evening for your Medford Rogues. Aiden Horsley goes to work now, 0 for 1 so far, 1 on, no outs. Luke Payne on the hill pitching and the pitch home. Gets one to score for a bunt. That is going to be a strike, says home plate umpire Brendan Dollarhide. Strike 1. No balls and a strike. Fastball misses outside. Ball 1. Final line score for Alec Baradas. 3 innings pitched. No runs, no hits, no errors, no walks, but 4 strikeouts. 1-1. Fastball wave and a miss, strike 2. Aiden Horsley tonight. 0 for 1 so far. Struck out in the first. Horsley averaging .340 at the dish. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball, laser foul to that. Should be first base side. I'll do it against a 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 4. A much different start to the game than what we saw in yesterday's contest. By this time, it was Healdsburg out in front 6-0, but tonight they're out in front 2-0. Travis Finney at first base, 1-2. And that is tapped foul down that first base side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom of 4. This Rogue squad offensively, no runs on 1 hit. You got to get creative. Head coach Kevin Olmstead going into their bag of tricks with that bunt single off the bat of Travis Finney. 1-2. Fastball misses up and out, ball 2. Luke Payne from the University of Tennessee. Grew up in Gatlin, Tennessee. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch home from Payne. 2-2, line drive into center field. Charging in is the center fielder Kim, able to make the grab for out number 1. Travis Finney retreats over to first base. So with 1 on and 1 out in the bottom half inning, number 4, Johnny Alley goes to work now. Medford trailing 2-0 against Healdsburg. Payne ready, and the first pitch home. Line drive, first pitch swing, and that ball is going to drop down for a hit for Johnny Alley, and that puts runners at first and second. So a 1-out base knock off the bat of Johnny Alley, and this Rogue squad offensively starting to find some traction in the bottom half of inning number 4. All of 1 out in the bottom half of inning number 4. Medford starting to strike with the irons hot as the go-ahead run goes to the plate. Runners at first and second. Travis Finney at second base. Johnny Alley at first base. Medford trying to keep the pedal to the metal in the bottom half of inning number 4. And blowing into the ballpark. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packers of Healdsburg. Payne ready, and the first pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. Chris Ortiz 0 for 1 so far this evening. Right-handed batter trying to continue this offense. You heard from assistant coach Ryan Otto talk about hitting's contagious. 1-0. Ground ball, left slide, slap to Campbell at short. Mishandles it. Rounding third, racing towards home is Travis Finney, and he's going to score standing up. RBI single off the bat of Chris Ortiz, and the Rogues are only within 1 in the bottom half of inning number 4. So let's see how the official scorekeeper will score it, and they are going to say an RBI single off the bat of Chris Ortiz. And now Medford is trying to find their traction in the bottom half of inning number 4, as it's been a scrumptious inning so far. Medford trying to keep the pedal to the metal now offensively. First pitch on the way. Slider finds that inside third, strike 1. Good location. Ryan Severance hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Trying to keep this offense moving. 1 run on 3 hits. Talk about improvement. A much better improvement from yesterday. Strike 1 pitch. Misses up and in, ball 1. Ryan Severance hit by a pitch in the second inning. Was caught stealing at second base. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom half inning number 4. Healdsburg 2, Medford 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Payne ready, and the pitch. Runner goes. Throw upstairs, and the pitch upstairs, and the catcher of Prather cannot get the throw over to second base. That puts runners at second and third. A huge opportunity, and creating chaos on the base paths has been the key so far this season, and Medford starting to find their groove now in the bottom half inning number 4. 2 balls and a strike to Ryan. Fastball waves that 1, strike 2. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half inning number 4. Alley at third, Ortiz at second base, 2-2. Cute foul to the screen. We'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom of 4. Lando Covarrubias waits on deck. Two and 2. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. The count fills up 3-2 in the bottom half of inning number 4. Tying run is only 90 feet away from scoring. Go-ahead run is at second base. Alley at third. Chris Ortiz at second base. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. 3-2, fouled off to the screen. We'll do it again. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this game right now starting to feel like a momentum swing. Can the Rogues swing the momentum in their favor in the bottom half of inning number 4? 2-1 at Healdsburg out in front. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 3-2. Bouncer to the right side, charging in as the second baseman French. The throw over to first will be in time. RBI ground out off the bat of Ryan Severance. And we are all evened up at 2 apiece in the bottom half of inning number 4. And that was a huge at bat for Ryan Severns. I know he didn't get on base, but that RBI ground out makes it a 2-2 game in the bottom half of inning number 4. And Orlando Covarrubias goes to work now for his second at-bat of the evening. Go ahead and run only 90 feet away from scoring. 2 outs. Infield playing deep for Healdsburg. First offering on the way. Slider misses outside the throw over to third base by the catcher Prather. Keeps Chris Ortiz honest over at third base. Does not get the tag in time. 1 ball and no strikes in the bottom half of inning number 4. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. 1-0. Fastball, a slicing foul down that left field line out of play. Strike 1. You think about that great play from Orlando Covarrubias to close out the third inning. That 7-2 double play. 1 ball and a strike. Curveball hits it in the air. Left field going back is Grimmer. Grimmer circling to his right. And Grimmer is able to make the grab for out number 3. And the inning is over. 2 runs come across the plate on 2 runs on 3 hits, I should say. No errors. And 1 left as it is. Chris Ortiz over at third base. We are all tied up at 2 apiece as we go to the 5th right after this. More from the Rogue Valley, Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college,
know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me. That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
We go to the top half of inning number 5 at Harry and David Field. New pitcher for your Medford Rogues, making his first relief appearance of this 2025 campaign, as it is Ryan Edwards, the young man from Chico, California, currently going to Folsom Lake Junior College. He'll be in relief of the starter, CJ Recruity. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. CJ Recruity able to go strong into this one. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 errors. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, but credit to his infield and outfield to get him out of some big jams. And it was a big team effort defensively, as he'll be facing the 1, 2, and 3 batters, the scariest part of the lineup for the Healdsburg Prune Packer squad. Jonathan Kim, Alex Leopard, and Logan Sutter. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Prune Packers. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for your Medford Rogues. Windy Wednesday evening at the ballpark at Harry and David Field as Jonathan Kim, 1 for 2 so far, goes to work. The Wolverine from Michigan. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside ball 1. Left-handed batter Jonathan Kim, 1 for 2 so far this evening. Had a fly out in his first at-bat. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Breaking ball finds the outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike in the top half of inning number 5, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. 1-1 from Edwards. Fastball misses down and in, ball 2. Kim able to have a double in the 3rd, but was tagged at the plate for that 7-2 double play. 2 balls and a strike from Edwards. 2-1, fastball misses down and in, ball 3. Now Kim finds himself ahead, 3 balls and a strike in the top half of inning number 5. Wind blowing into the ballpark on this Wednesday evening. 3 balls and a strike from Edwards. 3-1 fouled off by Kim, strike 2. The count fills up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alex Leopard waits on deck for Healdsburg. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. 3-2, hits it in the air, skying into left center field, going to his right as Aiden Horsley on the run, makes the grab. Huge grab by Aiden Horsley, able to track that one down into center field, as it is the first out of the frame. As it is 1 out, nobody on, top half inning number 5, as it is the 2-hole hitter of Alex Leopard.
Now batting right fielder, Alex Leopard.
Leopard goes to work now for his 3rd at-bat of the evening, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Leopard able to reach on an error in his last at-bat in the 3rd. Right against left, top half of inning number 5, all tied up at 2. First pitch on the way, curveball, finds the outside corner, strike 1. Leopard was hit by a pitch in the 1st, was forced out at second base. Edwards gets the signal, the 1-0. Looping curveball, misses up and out. Ball 1. Actually, ball 2 rather, I should say. 2 balls and no strikes. The top half inning number 5. Ryan Edwards in his first relief appearance in this 2025 campaign. The young man from Chico, California. Wind blowing strongly, 10 to 15 miles per hour. 2-0 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 1. Good pitch there to make Leopard chase at it. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1. Fastball hits it in the air, right field, tracking it out is Johnny Alley in right field, now charging up towards it, and he's able to make the grab for out number 2. So back-to-back flyouts off the bat of Kim and Leopard. 2 up and 2 down in the top half of inning number 5. This is a huge inning right now to keep the offense of the Prune Packers at bay as the right-handed batter as Logan Sutter goes to work now. 0 for 2 so far this evening, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Final game of this 2-game series. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses. Up and in, ball 1. Sutter did reach on base in his first at-bat. 1-0 pitch, misses inside, ball 2. Actually reached on a fielder's choice and was left stranded at first base. Edwards ready. 2-0. Fastball in the air, left center field, charging in is Orlando Covarrubias, and that ball is going to drop down in front of him for a hit. And Logan Sutter gets aboard with a 2-out knock to continue the top half of inning number 5. Huge opportunity right now for the Prune Packers to take the lead away with 1 on and 2 outs in the top half inning number 5. Blake Grimmer goes to work now, 0 for 2 so far this evening. Left-handed batter goes to work, the tall lefty. Trying to keep this offense moving for the Prune Packers. 2 runs on 5 hits so far. Garrett Bardo holding the runner at first. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses. Upstairs, ball 1. One-0 pitch, breaking ball. Finds the outer third, strike 1. Blake Grimmer, 0 for 2 so far this evening. Grounded out the second in his first at-bat. It's part of that 7-2 double play to close out the third. 1-1. Ground ball right to Garrett Bardo at first base. Takes the easy step over to first. And the side is retired as it is 3 unassisted to close out the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors committed by Medford, and 1 left stranded as it is Logan Sutter at first base. Go to the bottom half of inning number 5 right after this. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford as it is Kanan Casagrande, Garrett Bardo, and Frank Rutigliano due up. Can the Rogues retake the lead? We shall see. All tied up at 2 apiece between Healdsburg and Medford. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Grande leads off the bottom half, number 5. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Final game of this 2-game series. First offering home from Luke Payne as a fastball misses down and in ball 1. As it is the bottom of the order, due up for your Rogues of Caden Casagrande, followed by Garrett Bardo and Frankie Ritigliano. 7, 8, 9 due up for your Medford Rogues. 1-0 pitch, fastballs, swing and a miss, strike 1. Medford able to strike with 2 runs in the bottom half of inning number 4. Travis Finney led off the frame with a bunt single. He was able to cash that in for a run. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Caden Casagrande tonight 0 for 1 so far. Struck out in his first at-bat to start off the 3rd. Right against right in the bottom half of inning number 5, the 1-2. Fastball misses outside ball 2. Right now, Caden Casagrande trying to get aboard. The Rogues have only gotten the leadoff batter aboard once, and that was in the bottom half of inning number 4 with Travis Finney. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the righty. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs ball 3, and the count fills up 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's been a very interesting strike zone so far by home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide. Healdsburg 2, Medford 2. It's bottom half of inning number 5, 3-2 pitch. Fastball cued foul to the screen. As Caden Casagrande spoils the foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 5. Casagrande skies a foul down that first base side, out of play. Still tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Bottom half of inning number 5. Good at bat to begin the bottom half of the inning number 5 for Caden Casagrande. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 3-2, fastball upstairs for a strike. They're going to say strike 3 called, and Caden Casagrande not happy about the call. And that is going to be the first out of the frame. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 5. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Right now, as in Lincoln, it is the Lincoln Potters out in front, 6-1 against the West Coast Kings. First one on the way. Fastball misses inside ball 1. Humboldt out in front, 3-0 against Chico Lone Wolves at the Arcata Ballpark. The Solano Mudcats taking on the CA Tigers. As that pitch is in the air, right center field, tracking it down as the center fielder Kim. He's able to make the grab for out number 2. So Garrett Bardo flies out. And his second at bat as Frankie Ritigliano goes to work now with 2 up and 2 down in the bottom half of inning number 5. Base is empty right now. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Final game of this 2-game series. So Frankie Ritigliano gets his second at-bat of the evening. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch to the righty. Fastball dots the inside corner. A lot of Tennessee guys on this roster for Healdsburg, including the pitcher on the hill for Luke Payne. No balls and a strike. Off speed, misses outside ball 1. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Final game of this 2-game series. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball outside ball 2. Right now, Frankie Ritigliano trying to provide some sparks. Had 3 hits in last night's loss for the Rogues. 2 balls and a strike. Hits it in the air out of play down that first base side, strike 2. And now deuces are wild in the bottom half of inning number 5, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Payne ready. Gets the signal, and the lefties 2-2 home. 2-2 fastball misses high and tight, ball 3, and the count runs full 3 balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 5. This has been a very fun chess match so far in the Rogue Valley. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packs. 3-2 pitch, up and in, ball 4. And Frankie Ritigliano is able to coax a 2-out walk to continue the bottom half of inning number 5.
Now batting the second baseman from Yakima Valley College, Travis Finney.
Travis Finney goes to work now with 1 on and 2 outs in the bottom half of inning number 5. Travis Finney 1 for 2 so far. Leadoff bunt single to jumpstart the Rogues offense. Rogues able to get 2 runs across the plate. First offering home runner goes. The throw over to second base by Prather, and the tag is going to be applied late as Frankie Ritigliano is able to snag second base. And the Rogues are only 180 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 5. And that is the go-ahead run at second base for Frankie Ritigliano. And Travis Finney right now trying to keep this offense moving. The Rogues time and time again throughout this whole entire season able to strike with the irons hot with 2 outs. No balls and a strike, and the pitch to the Australian. 0-1, pass ball gets away from the catcher of Praver, and Praver is not going to get the throw over to the third base, as Ritigliano is able to steal second and also able to steal third. Putting the Rogues only 90 feet away from scoring. 1 ball and 1 strike in the bottom half of inning number 5. Prather said, I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to waste a throw over to third base because I was already beat. Frankie Ritigliano showing the speed off in the bottom half of inning number 5. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball, grounded foul down that third base side, strike 2. Travis struck out in his first at-bat in the first. Bunt single in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 so far. Wind blowing into left field. A little bit of humidity in the air as well. You can smell it. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 5. Infield playing deep. 1-2 on the way. And that is line foul to that right side. Still 1-2 in the bottom half of the 5th. Coach Saracusa over at first base. Kevin Olmstead over at third, coaching the bases tonight for your Medford Rogues. All tied up at 2 apiece, bottom half of inning number 5. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 from the tall lefty. 1-2. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Ball 2. And now deuces are wild once again in the bottom half of inning number 5. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. A decisive game 2. Final game of the series, 2-2. Finney hits it in the air, and that will go out of play on that first base side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. The bottom half of inning number 5. We are even at 2 apiece in the bottom half of inning number 5. Healdsburg 2, Medford 2. Go ahead a run of Frankie Ritigliano is only 90 feet away from scoring. 2-2 again. And Travis Finney having a good at-bat. Fouls it off to that first base side, out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield playing deep. Frankie Ritigliano only 90 feet away from scoring. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside of ball 3. And this evening, can Travis Finney continue the frame? Frankie Ritigliano only 90 feet away from scoring. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payne ready, the 3-2. That's hit in the air. Skying into center field. Tracking it down is Jonathan Kim, the center fielder. He's going to jog towards it, and he's able to make the grab for route number 3. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left as it is Frankie Ritigliano left stranded over at third base. The Rogues have an opportunity to get the lead, but they leave the runner of Frankie Ritigliano on at third base. We have played 5 in the Rogue Valley, and it's been a very competitive one at Harry and David Field. Healdsburg with 2, Medford with 2. We go to the top half of inning number 6 right after this with a 90-second commercial. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
New pitcher for your Medford Rogues as we go to the top half of inning number 6 at Harry and David Field. As it is, Bronson Chappell on the hill getting his warm-up tosses in. Bronson Chappell, usual Friday night starter, is going to come in for a relief appearance tonight. Bronson Chappell replaces Ryan Edwards as he'll be facing Jacob French, Jake McCoy, and Cade Campbell. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. All tied up at 2 apiece as we go to the top half of inning number 6. Jacob French, 1 for 1 so far for walk on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Bronson Chappell on the hill now. Bronson Chappell earned an average of 2.59 on the season, 4 starts in this 2025 campaign with 28 and a third innings pitched. The young man from Oregon Tech goes to work now. Now his dad's listening right now. First offering home for Bronson Chappell. Fastball bounces away from the catcher of Chris Ortiz, ball 1. Jacob French, 1 for 1 so far for walk on this Wednesday evening. Had a base hit in the second, got all the way to third base, but was left stranded. Able to work a walk in the top half of inning number 4, able to cash that walk in for a run. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball misses. Outside ball 2, says home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide. Two balls, no strikes, and the pitch home from Bronson. Ground ball left side going to his right is Ryan Severns, and he can't make the play. Roller into left field, and Jacob French gets aboard with a leadoff base knock to begin the top half of inning number 6. So French over at first base, no outs, top half inning number 6. Jake McCoy goes to work now. He's 2 for 2 at the dish on this Wednesday evening. You definitely know Travis Finney and Ryan Severns, the middle infielders for the Rogues, are thinking of a double play in the top half of inning number 6, all tied up at 2 apiece. A much more competitive game to what we saw last night. All tied up at 2. French at first base. Garrett Bartle holding the runner. First offering home. Fastball. That's cute in the air. Center field. That ball is going to drop down for a hit. And Jake McCoy gets aboard with his 3rd hit of the evening. His 2nd single, and the Spartan from San Jose State posing a threat in the Rogue Valley in the top half of inning number 6, all with 2 on and no outs in the top half of inning number 6. Cade Campbell goes to work now. So a pair of singles off the bat of French and McCoy. Brings up Campbell now. He's 0 for 1 with an error. Right-handed batter trying to push Healdsburg ahead, all tied up at 2 apiece. Top half of inning number 6. First pitch on the way. Fastball lasered foul down that first base side. Strike 1. Our good friend, the wind blowing into the ballpark. Only just softly. Only 5 to 10 miles per hour so far. No balls and a strike in the top half of inning number 6. Chappell checks on the runner at French at second base. Strike 1 pitch. Breaking ball misses. Downstairs, ball one. You think about how this team's been playing so far this evening. It's been good pitching so far by the Rogues. 4 innings from C.J. Recruity, 1 inning from Ryan Edwards. Now Bronson Chapel faces some adversity. 2 on, no outs, top of 6, 1-1. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 1 for Cade Campbell. Strike 2, no, 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 6, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Final game of this 2-game series. Chapel gets the signal from the catcher, Chris Ortiz. Looks at Jacob French. Checks him again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball fouled off to that right side. Will do it again. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. The top half of inning number 6. Bronson Chapel with 30 strikeouts so far in this 2025 campaign, looking for his first strikeout in his outing. 1 ball, 2 strikes, Chapel ready, and the pitch. 1-2, knuckled foul out of play as he spoils it foul. It's Cade Campbell. Campbell, who had a fly out in the second, able to reach on an error in the fourth, was a part of that 4-6-3 double play to get the first 2 outs of the inning in the top half of inning number 4. Chapel ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He waits. And the pitch. 1-2. That's skied in the air. Right field. Johnny Alley going to run up towards it. Travis Finney calling everybody off. Going to his left. Able to make the grab for the most important out of the inning. Not the last out, but the first out. So Campbell flies out for the first out of the frame, keeping the runners of French and McCoy at bay at first and second. Now Max Martinez goes to work now. Max Martinez 0 for 2 so far this evening. 1 out and 2 on, top half of inning number 6, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Wind blowing softly, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Bronson Chapel, who's usually a starter, gets that call in this relief appearance. First offering on the way, fastball blows right past Martinez, strike 1. The Trojan from USC struck out in his first at-bat in the top half of inning number 2. Ground into a 4-6-3 double play, but he was an RBI that drove in a run. No balls and a strike. Chapel checks on the runner at French at second base, and the strike 1 pitch home. Curveball, skied foul, out of play down that first base side. Strike 2. So this is a familiar sight for Bronson Chapel. In charge of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Top half of inning number 6. French at second, McCoy at first base, top half of inning number 6. 0-2. Fastball, cued foul to the screen. Still no balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 6. Wind blowing into left field. All tied up at 2, 1 out, 2 on. French at second base, McCoy at first, no balls, 2 strikes. Chapel ready, and the pitch. 0-2, fastball misses outside, says home plate umpire Brennan Dollarhide. The Rogues faithful not happy about that strike zone. Chapel still ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was right on the money, but it missed somehow. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Chapel ready, and the pitch. 1-2, misses down and out, ball 2. The count goes even, 2-2 in the top of 6. All tied up at 2, top half of 6. Runners at first and second, 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chapel checks on French at second base. And the pitch, 2-2. Line drive right to Ryan Severns at shortstop. Able to step on the bag at second base, as it is a 6 unassisted double play. And that is going to be the end of the top half of inning number 6. A huge play by Ryan Severns once again, as it is a huge play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6 right after this. Still tied up at 2 apiece between Healdsburg and Medford. As it is, Aiden Horsley, Johnny Alley, and Chris Ortiz. Can the Rogues pull ahead in this one in the final game of the series? We shall see. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Aiden Horsley leads off the bottom half of inning number 6 as that strike one pitch misses downstairs from the reliever of Luke Payne for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. 1-1. Fastball hits it in the air as Horsley, and that ball will go out of play on that first base side. Strike 2. As it is 2, 3, and 4 due up for your Medford Rogues of Aiden Horsley, followed by Johnny Alley and Chris Ortiz. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside. Ball 2, count goes even 2-2 in the bottom half of inning number 6. If you just now join us on the Rogue Streaming Network, it was Healdsburg able to draw first blood of 2 runs at the top half of inning number 4, 2-2. That's fouled off. Behind the plate, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Medford able to answer the call, able to get 2 runs across the plate in the bottom half of inning number 4. We're all tied up at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Off speed, cued foul to the screen. We'll do it again, still 2 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 6. And it is a complete 180 to what we saw last night. Healdsburg led from the jump. But tonight, everybody's tied up at 2 apiece. 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 3. And the count fills up, 3 balls and 2 strikes for Aiden Horsley. Horsley 0 for 2 so far this evening. A strikeout and a flyout. Counts full 3-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. And Aiden Horsley goes down swinging for the first out of the frame. With 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 6. Johnny Alley goes to work now for his 3rd at-bat of the evening. 1 for 2 so far on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Now Johnny Alley goes to work. Left against left. First pitch on the way. Grounded foul down that first base side. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch home from Payne. Squares for a bunt. Registers for a strike on the outer third. Strike 2. Corner infielders are Martinez and Sutter charged in just in case. Now Johnny finds himself behind 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 0-2 pitch. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Good slider by Payne. Back-to-back Ks with a volunteer from the University of Tennessee. So 2 up and 2 down in the bottom half of inning number 6. Chris Ortiz goes to work now. Medford trying to keep this offense moving. Medford only 2 runs on 3 hits. That has kept them in this game so far on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Wind starting to pick up a little bit more, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Base is empty, infield playing deep. First offering on the way to Chris Ortiz. Fastball misses, up and in, ball 1. Chris Ortiz 1 for 2 so far this evening. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford, the 1-0. Off speed, misses outside, ball 2. Ortiz grounded out to second in the second inning to lead off the frame. But a crucial RBI single to continue this inning as that 2-2-0 pitch is going to go into left field. Base hit for Chris Ortiz, and he continues a frame of a 2-out base knock in the bottom half of inning number 6. So good hitting by Chris Ortiz to continue the frame. Now Ryan Severns goes to work now. Go ahead run only at first base. All tied up at 2 apiece. Final game of this 2-game series between Healdsburg and Medford. This has been a very entertaining game to watch so far. First offering home from Payne. First pitch swinging by Ryan Severns, and that will go out of play on that first base side, strike 1. This is a pretty big at-bat right now for young Ryan Severns, the future gaucho of UC Santa Barbara, trying to continue this frame. Bottom of 6, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. No balls and a strike, and the pitch home from Payne. Fastball misses up and out, ball 1. And right now, Chris Ortiz over at first base, trying to keep this inning going. Ryan Severns hit by a pitch in the second. Was tagged out at second base. RBI ground out in the 4th. Runner goes. The throw will not be attempted by Prather. And Chris Ortiz able to snag second base. And the Rogues are only 180 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 6. And right now, Medford trying to keep the momentum on their side. Chris Ortiz with a big lead over at second base. Infield playing deep for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. 2 balls and a strike. Misses up and in, ball 3. Now Ryan Severns isn't ahead in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Went blowing strongly into the ballpark on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner, says home plate umpire Brendan Dollarhide. And the count fills up 3-2 in the bottom half of inning number 6. Three and 2. Severns hits it in the air. Left center field. Going to his right is Kim. Kim will try to track it down. He'll make the grab for out number 3. And the inning is over. The Rogues do get a base runner aboard, but they cannot cash it in. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left as it is Chris Ortiz left on at second base. We have played 6 in the Rogue Valley. We are all tied up at 2 apiece between Healdsburg and Medford. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college,
know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me. That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Healdsburg 2, Medford 2 as we go to the top half of inning number 7 at Harry and David Field. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. A complete 180 to what we saw in yesterday's game in Game 1 of the series, as it was Healdsburg out in front by the jump. But tonight it's been a very fun one to watch so far in the Rogue Valley. All tied up at 2 apiece as we go to the top half of inning number 7. As Hideki Prather will lead off the frame, 9-1-2 of Prather, followed by Kim and Leopard. All tied up at 2 apiece as Bronson Chappell gets his second inning on the hill. a usual Friday night starter for the Rogues, gets a relief appearance against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. No strikeouts, but has given up 2 hits. First offering on the way from Bronson comes home. Ground ball, roll up the middle. Tracking it down as Ryan Severs on one hop. The throw over to first in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the top half inning number 7. And that's a good play there. Actually, Bronson Chapel slipped a little bit on the hill, but Chapel will continue. Base is empty. 1 out, top half inning number 7, all tied up at 2 as we go back to the top of the order with Jonathan Kim. Kim 1 for 3 so far. Jonathan Kim 1 for 3 so far this evening. Only hit this evening was a double in the third. First offering on the way. Fastball lasers in on the outside corner. Strike 1. Kim with a pair of flyouts so far this evening in that double. 1 for 3 so far. Trying to keep this offense moving. Only 2 runs on 7 hits. No errors to the Prune Packers. No balls and a strike. Fastball dots the outside corner. Strike 2. And now Bronson Chapel in a familiar place where he's been before this season and charged the count. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home from Bronson Chapel. Fastball blows right past Jonathan Kim for strike 3. Great fastball by Bronson Chapel. 2 up and 2 down in the top half of inning number 7. First strikeout for Bronson Chapel.
Now batting right fielder, Alex Leopard.
Alex Leopard goes to work now with 2 outs and nobody on in the top half of inning number 7. Wind still blowing into the ballpark. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Covarrubias, Casagrande, and Garrett Bardo waits on it. Will be the lineup for the Rogues in the bottom half of the 7th. First offering home. Fastball registers for a strike on the inside corner. Strike 1. Great opportunity there. Bronson Chapel looking really strong on the hill. Chapel ready. And the strike 1 pitch home. Fastball gets away from the catcher of Ortiz. Ball 1. Leopard so far 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a walk. Was forced out at second base. Was left stranded at second base in the 3rd. And a fly out in his last at-bat in the 5th. All tied up at 2, top of 7. Chapel ready. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. 1-1 fastball, that's drilled in the air. Center field going back. Zayden Horsley will stop, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded as Bronson Chapel sends the Healdsburg Prune Packers in order 1, 2, 3. It's time to stretch in the Rogue Valley. Can the Rogues offense find a way to keep this offense moving in the bottom half of this inning? Lando Covarrubias, Kenan Casagrande, and Garrett Bardo will sure try. All tied up at 2 apiece between Healdsburg and Medford. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Covarrubias leads off the bottom half of inning number 7 for your Medford Rogues. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford as that first pitch on the way to Orlando is fouled off. Down that first base side, strike 1. as it is 6-7-8-2 up for the Rogues of Orlando Covarrubias, followed by Caden Casagrande and Garrett Bardo. No balls and a strike. Curveball finds the middle third, strike 2, and now Orlando Covarrubias is behind. No balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 7. Covarrubias 0 for 2 so far tonight. 0-2 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 3, and Orlando Covarrubias is down on 3 pitches, and that is the first out of the inning. So that is another strikeout for the reliever, Luke Payne, and now Joey Gomes, the head coach of the Healdsburg Prune Packers, he points to the pen, and we will have a new pitcher. We'll tell you who he is when we come right back after this. 1 out, bases empty, all tied up at 2 apiece between Healdsburg and Medford. More after this, Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Third pitcher used so far by the Healdsburg Prune Packers, as it is Logan Addison on the hill in relief of Luke Payne. This pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment, as he is getting his warm-up tosses in right now with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 7. This is a crucial inning for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Alone 2 runs they've scored. We're in the top half of inning number 4. Medford able to answer back with 2 runs themselves in the home half of that inning. So it's all tied up at 2 apiece in the bottom half of inning number 7 at Harry and David Field. If you're just now joining us on the Rogue Streaming Network, it's been a very fun one to watch this evening at the ballpark. We talked about this a little bit ago. Healdsburg able to score 2 runs in the top half of inning number 4, and the Rogues able to answer the call with that bunt single off the bat as Travis Finney, and then a base hit from Johnny Alley, RBI single from Chris Ortiz, RBI ground out from Ryan Severns. Now with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half of inning number 7, Eagle Idaho's own Caden Casagrande goes to work now. Infield playing deep for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. And getting base runners on has been a challenge so far this evening. First offering home and the pitch. Fastball registers for a strike on the upper third, strike 1. Caden Casagrande 0 for 2 so far, a pair of strikeouts. Caden saw the ball well in that series against Solano over the weekend with 5 hits. No balls and a strike, and the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, mishandled by the pitcher of Addison. The throw over to first base, and it will be in time. 1-3 on the ground out for the second out of the frame. So 2 up and 2 down. The bottom half of inning number 7. Can Garrett Bardo find some offense? As the outs are dwindling at Harry and David Field, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Garrett Bardo goes to work right now, all tied up at 2. Huge opportunity for this Rogue squad to keep this offense moving. Infield playing deep for the Prune Packers. Final game of the series. First offering home. Fastball lasers in on the inside corner, strike 1. Garrett Bardo 0 for 2 so far this evening. Has failed to reach on base. No balls and a strike, and the pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors for Medford. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Healdsburg. One ball and 1 strike and the pitch. Fastball grounded right side, bounces into right field, base hit for Garrett Bardo, and he gets aboard of a 2-out base knock in the bottom half of inning number 7. So the inning continues for Medford in the bottom half of the 7th as Frankie Rutigliano goes to work now. As it is going to be Kyle Norton pinch running for Garrett Bardo is Kyle Norton.
Georgia Gwinnett College, number 14, Kyle Norton.
So Kyle Norton will be at first base replacing Bardo. He'll be replacing Bardo at first base as well. So 2 outs and 1 on. Bottom half of inning number 7, all tied up at 2 apiece. Go ahead run at first base in Kyle Norton. Pinch running for Garrett Bardo. Frankie Rutigliano, who had 3 hits in yesterday's game, trying to get his first hit. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses. Outside ball 1. Nobody warming up. Actually, there is a righty warming up in that bullpen for Healdsburg on that right side. You might see it on the right-hand side of your screen. 1 ball and no strikes. Wind blowing briskly into the ballpark. Sutter holding the runner at first base. Norton's able to get back to the bag standing up. Still 1 ball and no strikes in the bottom of 7. Tigliano 0 for 1 so far with a walk, a fly out in the 3rd. Worked a walk in the 5th, but was left stranded at 3rd base. 1-0 pitch, a throw over to first base by Prather, and he's out. And that's how the 3rd out will be recorded. Kyle Norton was caught stealing, and he's getting back to the bag at first base, and a good play by Prather to get him out. Rogues get a base hit, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. As we go to the 8th, right after this, it is dwindling in the Rogue Valley with outs, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. We'll be right back after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyin.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
We go to the top half of inning number 8 at Harry and David Field. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Final game of this 2-game series in the Rogue Valley, as Logan Sutter will lead off the frame, followed by Blake Grimmer and Jacob French. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Healdsburg Prune Packers, all tied up at 2 apiece. And now head coach Kevin Olmstead steps out of the dugout to talk with home plate umpire Brandon Dollarhide. There is a new left fielder out in left field, as it is Mason Perello. Kyle Norton takes over the first base duties for Garrett Bardo. Horsley will stay in center field, alley and right. Rest of the infield stays the same except for Norton. Rutigliano at third, Severns at short, Finney at second base, Norton at first base. So it is going to be Logan Sutter to lead off the top half of inning number 8, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. It's not about the set in the Rogue Valley. First offering home from Bronson Chapel. First pitch on the way, breaking ball, finds that inside corner, strike one. And Bronson Chapel, a normal Friday night starter, getting the call in relief tonight. Has pitched pretty well so far, able to send the Prune Packers in order 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Strike one pitch. Upstairs, misses for ball one. Healdsburg 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors in this final game of this 2-game series. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball misses, down and out, ball 2. And it's a complete 180 to what we saw in yesterday's game. It was all Healdsburg. Medford able to have a late charge, but it was not enough. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch home from Bronson Chapel. Curveball bends in for a strike on the inside corner, strike 2. And the count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 8. Infield playing deep for your Rogues in the top half of inning number 8, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, 2-2. Curveball misses inside ball 3, and the count fills up 3-2 in the top of 8. Sutter today 1 for 3 so far for a strikeout and a fielder's choice. 2-out single to continue the top half of inning number 5. 3-2 from Chapel. Off speed, and that is going to miss inside for ball 4, and Logan Sutter's going to get aboard of a leadoff walk to begin the top half of inning number 8. The strike zone still is being peculiar. The strike zone shrinking a little bit in the Rogue Valley. Sutter gets aboard of the leadoff walk. Blake Grimmer goes to work now. 1 on, no outs. Top half of inning number 8, all tied up at 2. First pitch, ground ball right to Travis Finney at second base. Spins around over to second base for Ryan Severns. A throw over to first base, and the throw will not be in time. So they force Sutter out at second base. Blake Grimmer will reach on a fielder's choice for the put the base runner at first. 1 out and 1 on. Top half inning number 8. As Jacob French goes to work now. French 2 for 2 with a walk. French has been seeing the ball well. The Golden Bear from Cal. Left-handed batter goes to work now. French in this series 4 hits for the Prune Packers. Ground ball right side. That ball is going to bounce into right field. Base hit for Jacob French. And Jacob French gets aboard with a 1-out single, putting runners at first and second now. And this is a big opportunity for Bronson Chapel to sneak out of this inning, as he's starting to face some adversity in the top half of inning number 8. 2 on, 1 out, top half of the 8th. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. It's been a competitive game tonight in the Rogue Valley. 2 teams that want to get this victory. Healdsburg topped the league in the Pacific Empire League with a record of 6-1. Medford tied for second with Lincoln for a record of 3-2. 2 on, 1 out. First offering home. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 1. Good location there for Chapel to make Jake McCoy chase at this one. And now Jake McCoy at the plate, 3 for 3 at the dish. Pair of singles and a double. The Spartan from San Jose State is behind, no balls and a strike. And the pitch home from Bronson Chapel. Strike 1 pitch, wave and a miss. Strike 2, the throw over to first base. And Kyle Norton was not holding on to the runner. But a good job there by Chris Ortiz to have some good awareness to try to get the first base runner of Jacob French out. So no balls and 2 strikes. A familiar sight for Bronson Chapel on the hill in charge of the count. 2 on, 1 out. Top half of inning number 8, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, fastball, misses up and out, ball 1. Cade Campbell waits on deck. Grimmer at second, French at first base. Infield playing deep for your Rogues. Wind blowing softly into the ballpark now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chapel ready, and the pitch. 1-2, fastball. Spoiled foul as it's fouled off behind the plate. Jake McCoy, 3 for 3 at the dish. Think about this. He's going to be a pretty good at-bat and a pretty good player when he goes back to San Jose State next spring, so watch out in the Mountain West. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Chapel ready and the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Another strikeout for Bronson Chapel. 2 on the evening so far in relief. And this has been a great time for Bronson Chapel on the hill. Has not been pretty. But Bronson Chapel still being able to ride the ship so far on this Wednesday evening in the Rogue Valley. 2 on and 2 outs in the top half of inning number 8. All tied up at 2 apiece. Ground ball, cue to foul down that third base side for the shortstop, Cade Campbell. Strike 1. Campbell 0 for 2 so far for an error, pair of flyouts in the second and in the top half of inning number 6. Top of 8, where we are at. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Runners at first and second. Grimmer at second base. French at first. Strike 1 pitch home. Looping curveball misses. Outside ball 1. The only offense we've seen so far from these two squads came in the 4th inning. Since then, goose eggs on the scoreboard. Total of 4 runs have scored in this frame. 2 for Healdsburg, 2 for Medford. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, and the pitch. Fouled off. Strike 2. Bronson Chapel, not your normal reliever, guy who's been the Friday night starter for the Rogues. Has been able to pitch well so far. 3 pitchers used so far this evening for your Rogues, and great performances. C.J. Riccardi, 4 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. Ryan Edwards in his first relief appearance this season, 1 inning of work. Give up 1 hit, no runs. Now Bronson Chapel carrying the load right now in the late innings in this one, all tied up at 2. Top half of inning number 8, all 2 outs and 2 on. 1-2. Fastball in the air, and that is going to trail foul out of play on that first base side. Lands on the grass berm, and the kids will chase after it, and a kid in a white sweatshirt makes the grab. Able to take the souvenir home. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top half of inning number 8. 2 on, 2 outs. All tied up at 2 apiece. Chapel ahead 1-2. And the pitch. 1-2 misses outside. Good recovery by Chris Ortiz behind the dish. And the count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blake Grimmer at second base. Jacob French at first base. What a game we've seen so far this evening in the Rogue Valley. 2 on, 2 outs. Top of 8. Chapel ready. Checks on the runner of Grimmer at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2. Curveball, strike 3 called on the upper third. Back-to-back Ks for Bronson Chapel, and he's able to get out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, no errors committed by Medford, and 2 left on. As it is Blake Grimmer at second base, Jacob French at first base. Medford still with hope as we go to the bottom half of inning number 8 right after this. Due up for your Rogues. It's Frankie Rutigliano, Travis Finney, and Aiden Horsley, 9-1-2. Can Medford wake up offensively? All tied up at 2 apiece. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
We go to the bottom half of inning number 8 at Harry and David Field, all tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and your Medford Rogues. New pitcher coming in for the Prune Packers of Healdsburg, as it is Ryan Combs. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. 9-1-2 due up for your Medford Rogues, as it is Frankie Rutigliano able to lead off the frame, Travis Finney to follow, and Aiden Horsley. As this Rogue squad offensively, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. First offering home for Ryan Combs comes home. That's a strike on the upper third. No balls and 1 strike in the bottom half of inning number 8. Combs out of the University of Tennessee, another volunteer on the hill this evening for Healdsburg. Strike 1 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 2. Frankie Rutigliano, 0 for 1 so far off a walk on this Wednesday evening. Had a fly out in his first at-bat in the third. Worked a walk in the 5th, but was left stranded over at third base. 0-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3, and Rutigliano's down on strike. So the first batter, Ryan Combs, sees he's able to strike him out for the first out of the frame. So with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom half, inning number 8. Travis Finney goes to work now. And you think about this at the moment, the outs are dwindling now. 5 more outs for Medford offensively. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. Bottom half of inning number 8. Combs ready, and the pitch from the righty. Breaking ball finds the inside corner, strike 1. Travis Finney 1 for 3 so far this evening. Bunt single in the 4th. Able to cash that in for a run. A fly out and a strikeout. The young man in his second game back after being on the IR for a week. A 1 pitch, guide foul out of play. Down that first base side, strike 2. As Ryan Combs is in charge of the count. No balls and 2 strikes in the bottom half of inning number 8. All tied up at 2 between Healdsburg and Medford. 0-2. Looping curveball, and he's hit by the pitch, and Travis Finney is able to get aboard of a 1-out hit by pitch in the bottom half of inning number 8. So Travis Finney takes his base over at first.
From Medford and Lower Columbia Community College, Aiden Horsley.
So now it is Aiden Horsley ready to go to work now for his 4th at-bat. 0 for 3 so far this evening. Still seeking his first hit in game 2 of this 2-game series. First pitch on the way. Strike that finds the outside corner. Strike 1. Horsley struck out a pair of times in the first and in the bottom half of inning number 6. And a fly out the center field in the 4th. Small lead for Travis Finney. Runner goes. Swing and a miss, and it will go. Actually, got a piece of it, rather, for Horsley down that left field line. Strike 2. But Travis Finney got the green light from head coach Kevin Olmstead, who is coaching the bases over at third. Trying to go for it again. Medium-sized lead. Sutter holding the runner at first. Infield playing deep for Healdsburg. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 0-2, looping curveball. Misses. Inside ball 1, says home plate umpire Brennan Dollarhide. All tied up at 2. Bottom half of inning number 8. 1 out, 1 on. Aiden Horsley behind 1-2. And the pitch. 1-2, ground ball. That will bounce left of the line, foul. Down that left field line. We'll do it again, still 1-2 in the bottom half of inning number 8. If that was a fair ball, that ball would be scooted into the corner, and that's a tough place to pick up the ball if you are an infielder or an outfielder. One of the most intense games we've seen so far this season against the defending champs in the Pacific Empire League in Healdsburg. All tied up at 2, bottom half of inning number 8. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Runner goes. Wave and a miss, strike 3. The throw over to second base, and the throw is not going to get there in time as Travis Finney is able to swipe second base. And the Rogues eliminate the double play ball in the bottom half of inning number 8. That was close to batter interference there. But home plate umpire Brennan Dollarhide does not call it. Johnny Alley goes to work now, the left-handed batter, trying to keep this offense moving. Go-ahead run is only 180 feet away from scoring in the bottom half of inning number 8. The righty Ryan Combs trying to sneak out of this inning, all of 2 outs. Big opportunity now. And the first pitch. Fastball, line drive into left field, base hit, rounding third, racing towards home is Travis Finney. The play at the plate, and the ball is offline. RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley. The fisherman strikes again for the first time this evening. He gets a double, 2 hits for Mr. Johnny Alley, all with 2 outs. It's a 3-2 lead for Medford.
Now batting the catcher, Chris Ortiz.
A huge RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley. Medford propels themselves to a 1-run lead in the bottom half of inning number 8. (3-2) Medford out in front. Alley at second base, 2 outs. First pitch on the way. First pitch swinging by Chris Ortiz. Going back is Kim. Kim's going to make the grab on the run for out number 3. And the inning is over. But a huge inning for your Medford Rogues. An RBI double off the bat of Aiden Horsley. Off of Johnny Alley, I should say. Drives in Travis Finney. And Medford is only 3 outs away from winning this one in the Rogue Valley. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, as it is Johnny Alley over at second base. Huge game right now as we go to the top half of inning number 9. Right after this, more from the Rogue Valley, Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
It is go time in the top half of inning number 9 as Bronson Chapel gets the green light to be on the hill for your Medford Rogues. 3-2 Medford out in front against the Healdsburg Prune Packers in this final game of this 2-game series. My name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, as this is a huge inning for your Medford Rogues. The Rogues trying to stay alive in Pacific Empire League action. If they get a win tonight, they'll stay afloat in second place. But they got to get 3 outs as we go to work now in the top half of inning number 9. As it is going to be, Hideki Prater will be waiting on deck, but it is...
They changed the pinch hitter.
And who is going to be hitting for Healdsburg? As it is... Jay Souza. Jay Souza goes to work now, replacing Max Martinez at third base. But Souza will come into a pitch hitting situation as it is a right against left to begin the top half of inning number 9. Bronson Chapel has looked really strong on the hill so far this evening. Back-to-back Ks in the 8th. First offering home. Curveball bends in for a strike on the outer third. Strike 1.
For Healdsburg, pinch hitter number 6, Jace Souza.
Jay Souza out of Texas Tech. Average 222 at the plate for the Red Raiders out of the Big 12 this season. Behind no balls and a strike in the top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front. Chapel ready. And the strike one pitch home. Fastball misses outside ball one. But think about this. 3 strikeouts for Bronson Chapel, a guy who's usually the Friday night starter, getting the green light to go in the top half of inning number 9. You heard from Bronson talk about him pitching this season during the Rogues pregame show on Saturday. 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive right to Travis Finney at second base, able to rob Jay Souza. 1 gone, 2 to go in the top half of inning number 9. A huge play by the Australian Travis Finney.
Now batting catcher Hideki Prather.
Hideki Prather goes to work now for his 4th at-bat of the evening. 0 for 3 so far this evening, trying to continue this offense for Healdsburg. Healdsburg so far tonight, 2 runs on 8 hits in this final game of this 2-game series. The Rogues and the Prune Packers will meet up in July for a 3-game series down at Healdsburg's place. First offering on the way, breaking ball, finds the inside third, strike 1. Bronson Chapel, what a game he's had so far. But also this pitching staff able to respond to what happened last night when the starting pitcher Nathan Hunter was chased out of the first inning. No balls and a strike, top half of inning number 9. And the pitch. Fastball lasers in on the outside corner, strike 2. And now Bronson Chapel finds himself ahead, no balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front against Healdsburg. Final game of this 2-game series. Infield playing deep, 1 out, top of 9. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. 0-2, misses, down and out, ball 1. But this has been a game that has had the ups and downs of a roller coaster at Six Flags at Magic Mountain down in Southern California. The highest of highs and the lowest of lows. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front against Healdsburg. 1 ball, 2 strikes, Chapel ready, and the pitch. 1-2, cue to foul to the screen. We'll do it again, still 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top of 9. Chapel ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He waits, and the pitch. 1-2, line drive foul down that first base side, out of play. Everyone takes a deep breath, and we'll do it again. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front. Go ahead run scored in the bottom half of inning number 8. One ball, 2 strikes. Chapel ready. And the pitch. 1-2, line drive flared out into center field. That's going to drop down for a hit. And Hideki Prather gets aboard of a 1-out base knock in the top half of inning number 9. So if 1 on and 1 out, it is going to be a new batter coming in. It will be Alex Burge.
Now pinch hitting for Healdsburg, number 20, Alex Burge.
Alex Burge, who played hero in Saturday's game against the West Coast Kings for the Prune Packers, goes to work now. 1 out and 1 on in the top half of inning number 9, replacing Jonathan Kim. In the lineup, a pinch hit for Alex Burge, the young man trying to play hero in the top half of inning number 9. He did it at home, trying to do it on the road. You definitely know Severns and Finney are thinking of a double play. First offering on the way, fouled off at the screen. Strike 1. Burge yesterday was behind the dish catching, had a 2-run homer and a stand-up double. 2 hits in yesterday's 12-7 victory for Healdsburg. Kyle Norton holding the runner at first base. No balls and a strike. Fastball misses down at end, ball 1. The Rogues can taste victory. Only 2 outs away. Top half of it, inning number 9. You got to take care of business. Alex Burge trying to keep this offense moving. Alex Leopard waits on deck. Ones are wild in the top half of inning number 9. And the pitch, 1-1. Fastball is a strike on the bottom third. Strike 2, says home plate umpire Brendan Dollarhide. And now Bronson Chapel finds himself ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 9. Prather over at first base. Kyle Norton holding the runner at first. Top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball misses down and in below the knees. Ball 2. Tonight's game has been a complete 180 to what we saw last night. This Rogue squad is much more focused on this victory, trying to find a way to seal the deal. Victory has been on this mind of this Rogue squad all day. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2, wave and a miss, strike 3. Bronson Chapel makes Bird swing at that one. 2 gone, 1 to go in the top half of inning number 9.
Now batting the right fielder, Alex Leopard.
Alex Leopard goes to work now. 0 for 2 if a hit by pitch and an error. Medford trying to shut the door on the defending champions in the Pacific Empire League in the Prune Packers of Healdsburg. 3-2, Medford out in front, top half of inning number 9. Kyle Norton holding the runner of Hideki Prather over at first base. Infield playing deep, wind blowing into the ballpark. First one. Fastball finds the outside third, strike 1. And Bronson Chapel finds himself ahead. No balls and a strike in the top half of inning number 9. And the 0-1. Off speed, a strike that finds the outer third. And now Healdsburg is down to their final strike in the top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front. Bronson Chapel so far tonight, 4 strikeouts in relief. The starter who's usually on the hill Friday night trying to shut the door on Healdsburg in the top half of inning number 9. Prather at first base. Kyle Norton holding the runner. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fouled off down that third base side. I'll do it again, still no balls and 2 strikes in the top half of inning number 9. The highest of highs and the lowest of lows of this game. And the Rogues trying to finish it off in the top half of inning number 9. 3-2 Medford out in front. Hideki Prather over at first base. Kyle Norton holding the runner. Healdsburg down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And it misses outside. Ball 1. Wow. 3-2 Medford out in front, top half of inning number 9. A game that will go down in the history books in the Pacific Empire League. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Prather at first, Norton at holding the runner. Now he'll not hold the runner. 1-2, wave and a miss, strike 3. Medford takes care of business with a comeback 3-2 victory against Healdsburg, and they even up the series at a game apiece. And your Rogues get themselves their first victory against the Healdsburg Prune Packers in this 2025 campaign. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Medford. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Healdsburg, as your Rogues will improve to 18-8 overall on the season and 4-2 in Pacific Empire League action. As for Healdsburg, they will fall to 12-2 on this 2025 campaign and 6-2 in Pacific Empire League play. What a game, what a night. Rogues win, Rogues win. A 3-2 comeback victory. A huge RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley in the bottom half of inning number 8 seals the deal, and your Rogues able to pitch their way to a victory. A much better performance on the hill from tonight to last night, and it results in a 1-run victory for your Medford Rogues. A 3-2 victory for Medford. Medford happy at the ballpark on Rogue Credit Union night at Harry and David Field. We'll wrap this one up when we come right back after this Rogues postgame show. Don't forget, we'll pick our offensive and defensive player of the game, and we'll preview Friday night's matchup. Don't forget, these two teams will see each other in July. And these two teams have started a rivalry in the Pacific Empire League. This series tied up at a game apiece. And Medford right now shows that they can play with the big boys in summer collegiate baseball. Rogues postgame show coming up right after the break. Medford takes care of business against Healdsburg 3-2 in the top half of inning number 9. We'll be right back in 90 seconds. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
What a game at Harry and David Field as Medford able to come back and take care of business against the Healdsburg Prune Packers 3-2 in the final game of this 2-game series at Harry and David Field. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. As your Rogues are back in the win column with a record of 18-8 overall, 4-2 in Pacific Empire League play. As your Rogue squad battled throughout this whole entire evening in the Rogue Valley, they did not quit, and they were able to find ways to get runners across the plate. And it was a RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley, able to drive in Travis Finney, as that was the go-ahead and the winning run of this evening's game. A 3-2 slugfest against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. And this Rogue squad right now playing some really good baseball. We've talked about it before this season. This team has grit, and this team is not going to be scared of any challenge, and especially a team that's looking for their 5th straight Summer Collegiate Baseball League championship, and a team that has a whole lot of D1 talent in Healdsburg. This team in your Medford Rogues able to not be scared of that tonight and able to pull away with a 3-2 victory against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Let's go through the whole entire totals. We'll go defense first. As opposed to what happened last night with the starter Nathan Hunter being chased out of the game, CJ Recruiting able to go 4 innings strong, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 errors, 1 walk, but 2 strikeouts. Ryan Edwards got his first relief appearance in a Medford Rogues uniform, going 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no errors, no walks, and no strikeouts. Then it became fun. Friday night starter Bronson Chappell got called in for a relief appearance on this Wednesday evening. Had a whole lot of fun on the hill. Back-to-back Ks to send the Prune Packers in the top half of inning number 8. A huge, great evening for baseball. And what a great performance by Bronson Chappell, a guy that is usually a starter, has to go into the middle of the game with a game that is that tight and able to pitch well. Bronson Chappell, my hat is off to him. Great stuff on the hill tonight. Good fastball, able to keep the Prune Packers batters off balance throughout this evening, especially when he was on the hill. And this Medford squad is playing some really good baseball in the Rogue Valley. Look at the offensive stats, as it was The Rogues going in order 1, 2, 3 in the bottom half of inning number 1. Ryan Severn's got a board of his. Now he was the first base runner. He was hit by a pitch, and he was tagged out at second base because he was caught stealing. Rogues went in order 1, 2, 3 in the third, and then the fourth inning came around after the Rogues gave up 2 runs in the top half of inning number 4 from Healdsburg. Travis Finney says, hey, I'll have a leadoff bunt single. He got aboard. Fly out from Aiden Horsley. Johnny Alley able to get aboard with a base hit. Chris Ortiz of a crucial RBI single. And that was all the offense in the bottom half inning number 4. 2 runs scored across the plate in that one. Bottom half inning number 5. Frankie Rutigliano able to work a 2-out walk to extend the frame. Able to steal second base. Able to steal third base. But left stranded over at third. And then the bottom half of inning number 6. Pair of strikeouts and then a big base hit off the bat of Chris Ortiz to extend the frame, but Ryan Severn's flight out to center field. Then we go to the bottom half of inning number 7, a strikeout and a ground out, and then a base hit, and then Kyle Norton was tagged out at first base because he was caught stealing. Then we go to the bottom half of inning number 8, a lot of fun in the sun or under the night sky in Rogues Land in the Great Rogue Valley. Frank Rutigliano struck out. Travis Finney gets aboard of a hit by pitch. Aiden Horsley strikes out. Then Johnny Alley, the fisherman, with a huge hit, makes it happen with an RBI double, and that was the go-ahead run and the winning run as Medford takes care of business 3-2 against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Let's pick our offensive and defensive player of the game. You got to go, how the pitching staff performed last night. You got to give it to the whole entire pitching staff of C.J. Recruity, Ryan Edwards, and Bronson Chappell. The trio of pitchers in that Rogues bullpen able to find ways to strike while the iron's hot, throw strikes, be consistent at the plate, but also be hungry at the plate, as that was the biggest key of this whole entire evening, being able to throw strikes. A complete 180 to what we saw in last night's game. So shout out to the pitching staff to find ways to find the strike zone. And this pitching staff has been able to have their highs and their lows, but a great high there. Another great performance on the hill tonight for your Medford Rogues. Now, offensively, what a game we've seen so far by this offense. This offense being able to use the big ball, able to hit the ball well, but also being able to use the small ball as well. Got to go with Johnny Alley. Johnny Alley able to have 2 hits, I should say, a double and a single. He goes 2 for 4 tonight. But with a crucial RBI double to drive in the go-ahead run and the winning run in the bottom half of inning number 8, a 3-2 victory for the Medford Rogues against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. So Johnny Alley is our offensive player of the game, going 2 for 4 and able to drive in the winning run of Travis Finney with that RBI double. And our defensive player of the game, or should I say players, C.J. Recruity, Ryan Edwards, and Bronson Chappell being able to find ways to paint the zone and also be able to throw strikes. A huge win for this Medford Rogues squad, a complete 180 to what we saw from last night where the strike zone was hard to find. And this team right now able to answer the call. This Medford squad is not done. Hey, 2 games in the books against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Healdsburg takes game 1, Medford takes game 2. You think about this. The Rogues take on the Prune Packers down in Wine Country in the middle part of July at Rec Ballpark. That is going to be a 3-game series. And the thing is, if you get the season series, if you get more wins, then if you take the series against Healdsburg, that'd be a big momentum swing in the Pacific Empire League, as it's going to be a lot of fun when the Rogues head on the road on the middle part of July to take on the Prune Packers for 3, and then 3 games in Lincoln. That is just northeast of Sacramento. Before we go, take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and the standings. The out-of-town scoreboard and the standings are brought to you by Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. As it was, the Solano Mudcats able to take care of business against the California Tigers at Solano College 7-3. Lincoln able to handle business against the West Coast Kings 11-3 at McBean. And right now it is in the top half of inning number 7, as it is the Humboldt Crabs leading by 2, 5-3 against the Chico Lone Wolves. Going into the standings today, it was going to be Healdsburg. Healdsburg was out in front, top of the league with a record of 6-1. Lincoln and Medford tied for second place at 3-2. Humboldt 3-3. Solano 2-5, and the West Coast Kings 0-4. As we take a look at the standings going into tonight, or actually right now they have not updated the standings. You can take a look at it. huge win, as Healdsburg will fall to 6-2 on the season in Pacific Empire League action. Lincoln and Medford will improve to 4-2. Humboldt will stay at 3-3. They're still idle. They're playing a non-league game. Solano did not play at all today. Well, they did not play a Pacific Empire League game this afternoon. The West Coast Kings are going to be 0-5 in this 2025 summer season. So Medford is still in the hunt, and as they are tied for second place in Pacific Empire League action with the Lincoln Potters. Think about this. The Potters take on the Humboldt Crabs this weekend at the Arcata Ballpark. Think about that. That's going to be a very fun series up in Northern California. Those two teams battled it out pretty hard at McBean Stadium, and Humboldt able to take the rubber game during their road trip last week in California. So it's going to be a very fun series to watch. That will start on Friday. Medford still hungry right now. Only 2 losses are to Solano and Healdsburg. You know, this Healdsburg squad is going to be loaded up when they're going to have a lot of D1 players on that roster when we go to them in July. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what is going to happen in wine country. But tonight, it is a 3-2 victory for your Medford Rogues against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. And this Rogue squad finding ways to get victories. A go-ahead RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley seals the deal for your Medford Rogues. A great win tonight, and a crowd that's going to go home happy in the Rogue Valley. Tomorrow, the Rogues have the day off, and then the Rogues will be back in business on Friday evening at 6:35 against Stockton Pearls. That will be a 6:15 first pitch. Game 1 of a 3-game series, and don't forget that is the second-to-last fireworks show. If you don't have your tickets, get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the Rogues play on the field, but also the fireworks show is one of the best ones in Southern Oregon. So come on out to support your Medford Rogues starting Friday night for the second-to-last fireworks show of this 2025 season. And don't forget, the last fireworks show will be on July 4th. That will be game 1 of a 3-game series against the Fresno A's, but a lot of baseball to happen between here and there. But another great win for your Medford Rogues. They are back in the win column after a 3-2 victory against the Healdsburg Prune Packers, as the series is tied up at 1 game apiece. And these two teams will see each other again in middle part of July for the first game of a 3-game series at Rec Ballpark. And if there's any indication of what we saw in these 2 games, get your popcorn, get your Pepsi ready. It's going to be a lot of fun in Sonoma County. 3-game series between the Prune Packers and your Rogues at Rec Ballpark. I'd like to say special thanks to everybody that listened, especially with the fans in Healdsburg. Hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the broadcast these past 2 days. And also you guys, listeners back home in Medford and beyond, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues baseball. But it is a 3-2 comeback victory for your Medford Rogues off the bat of Johnny Alley for an RBI double to seal the deal. That drives in Travis Finney. Medford evens up the series 3-2 against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. For everyone here who's put this broadcast together, Brian Woach saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. It's your Rogues with 3, Healdsburg with 2. We'll see you on Friday evening for the Rogues pregame show at 6:15. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.